Let me tell you something, me, Gene. So I'm sitting at home Monday night and I get this DM from some guy named Tony, Legends Series. And he says, "What you doing, Hawkster?" I said, I'm watching Monday Night Raw. What are you doing? He's like, "You got to turn on this thing called Monday Night Toy Ramblings on YouTube with this punk with toys. He's talking about you." So I want to turn on over and hear what this fool was talking about. And I turn it on, and all I hear him say is that he was at WrestleMania 3 with 93,173 of his best friends, and he was there when he watched me pick up that big, mean, ugly giant, and when I slammed into the ground, he said he felt the Silverdome shake all of Pontiac, Michigan. It shook, and then that's when I realized that this guy, him and all his punkomaniacs that are running wild every Monday night, that it is the best thing going in Michigan that's ever happened. Maybe the best thing ever on Monday night. So, if you're sitting here right now and you're not paying attention, a punk with toys, Monday night toy ramblings, this guy will talk about everything. And it doesn't matter what you do. You can buy your subs. You can hit him with fake copyright strikes. He's coming after you if you get on his bad side. So what you're gonna do when Hulkamania, when Punkamania, when they all run wild on you? Listen. Welcome to Monday Night Toy Ramblings, where I will ramble on for approximately 3 hours or so, maybe longer if I make more commercials and I just sit here and I hit commercial after commercial after commercial. It might be a lot easier for me, but thank you guys all for joining. I hope you guys all had a wonderful weekend, and I'm glad that you guys could stop in here and spend a little bit of time with me, and hopefully this winds down your Monday. Hope you guys had a wonderful Monday. I know it normally sets off this week, and as you saw, that was my commercial for Legends series that he asked me to do for his 24-hour stream. So I did it. I did not see it get played. I don't know if it got played, but I actually went and bought a Hulk Hogan action figure from Sergeant Reds so I could do it. And I figured, well, if I have a commercial, even though I've always thought it's kind of weird when you're watching like The Office or Parks and Rec or whatever, and a commercial comes on and it's for the show you're watching right then. I've always thought that's kind of weird, but I figured if I have a commercial, I might as well run it. I might as well play it, right? Because it doesn't make any sense to have something, especially that. I mean, if the Hulkster comes out and does a commercial for you, you have to say thank you and play it as much as possible. Anyway, thank you guys all. I had a pretty good weekend. When my daughter's here, I like to spend some time with her, do some stuff, and we've gone on a movie watch for her school because she can get extra credit for her government class, I think, or history class. I don't know which one it was. And that's why we saw Gladiator 2. I'm not really sure how that fits into if it's realistic or not. But this week we went and saw Ben Hur, A Tale of Espionage. Man, I love stuff that's based on real life. I love true stories. I know they're always embellished a little, and we understand that. Just like, Top Gun 2 Maverick, they said, hey, these things are realistic, but they have to do stuff for the camera. We went and saw it this Sunday, and it's very interesting because it gives a whole different perspective on how Hitler came to rise and how he used the German church. But let me tell you, it was an interesting movie, an interesting story, but some movies are just better left to be on your TV on a cold, crappy, rainy, snowy Saturday or Sunday that you're like, hey, I want to watch this story. All right. I didn't need to spend $13 on 2 tickets. I didn't need to spend $16 on popcorn and a pop to watch this. I was expecting to be a little bit more exciting. Where Gladiator 2, I actually was very entertained by it. Not this so much, but what can you say? that's just how I guess how things go. So anyway, we did that. We watched a little bit of Buffy. I think we've already discussed that numerous times, but that's what we do. And I think she's on this kick to get through it to start some new series. We got a lot more Buffy and Angel to get through. A lot more. Anyway, quickly, I'm going to say hi to everyone because there's 44 people watching. Please, if you haven't yet, hit that like button. It helps the algorithm, and everyone likes seeing a whole bunch of likes on their live streams, especially when they're done. So let's say hi to everyone. We got Johnny Reno, who is here. We have Same Time Toys. GI Bro, who has the best guns in the community until this Joe Fest when I take him down. At least I can try and get bigger ones. I'll never have developed ones like that. U.S. Combat Dojo, Stanley Everhart, who says he's back in a regular routine again. Daredevil Dave, SCS Dog is here. Roll Keeper Menhoza has joined us. We have Snow Wolf that is now in the house. Derek Holloman is here. Ronnie Trickshot from Australia saying good day, good day, good day. Thanos Copter, who check out his Wednesdays on his Instagram if you have a strong stomach. By now, you've already heard it. If you're not following him already, then you are missing out on something because you're not here if you don't have a good strong stomach to deal with things. 3-star draw, Darren, or whatever he wants to call himself this week. We have Woody 222, the figure addict, saying what's up right now. We have Ray Black, Joe Fan 84. We have a Toy Matrix. We have one of my moderators, Matthew Matson, who my other moderator said he won't be until later because he is imitating me and he's taking his daughter to the movies. I don't know why these guys have to copy everything that I do. It's like every time I turn around, I drop a video, someone drops something like I do. I take my daughter to the movies, and my moderator feels he has to take his. God, such a follower. Aaron the Toy Dancer is here. Beardy McBeardison is here. As my girlfriend says, it's the Monday Night Toy Ranter. Hey, as long as people are watching, I don't really care. I think I've already let everyone know the only things I don't want people to call me. And you can go back and watch some angry streams. Christoph Scuba is here. Viper Scout has joined us. One of my few 1/18th guys. Well, mostly 1/18th guys for the most part. Which he should be really happy with what I have started doing. Machine Man is here. I'm just going to scroll through till I find everyone. Cobra Ninja 109. Newer here, and thank you for joining. 51 people watching, so please hit that like button. We have a Shark Eyes. You can buy your subs. You can. I've done a whole video on it. You can buy promotions. You can buy subs. You can buy views. It's all up. I don't even care anymore. The point is, you guys got it. Let's see. Gun Buddy Customs has joined us. We have True Star Screamer, not Trust a Star Screamer, and not whatever I completely obliterated his name over on Oz's, who will also be a guest at the end of this month on Thursday with a friend. We have Jamie Garcia, who is now joining us. I know there's other people here. I mean, there's got to be. There's 55 people, 52 people watching right now. We have Jay Astro, who always makes some really good comments on my videos. Like, you always have a good one. I got to say that. Pop Blender, who has also joined us. And yes, Matthew, I do play your video. I just forget at times. And I don't know if Cobra Commander is better than Hulk Hogan, but maybe we'll have to have a dueling commercial soon. How about that? We have Afflicted Studios joining us. U.S. Combat Dojo says, anyone else buy the G.I. Joe Mega Sky Striker His Tank building set? What did you think of it? I did not. I can say that right now. I've never been a huge Lego fan or any type of building blocks like that. I think it looks really good. Way better than those really cheap ones that they did. So I know most people are pretty happy with Mega Blocks for the most part. But yeah, not my thing. That is, that's for sure. We have Sabir, who has joined us. We have the Shark 110. Sean Jones is here. We have Not Rachel Salinas is here. you need to go to Joe Fest. And when you get to Joe Fest, we are creating your own account. All right, the Not Rachel account. Anyway, I think I hit everyone. If I missed your name, I do apologize. When I do see it, I will definitely show it because I like to show it. Hey, a hint for all you YouTubers out there that are trying to do live streams: talk to your crowd. Don't talk at your crowd. It goes really far. That is something that people really like to see. They like to hear. They like to know that you're talking to them, not at them or down to them, like a lot of other people will. And I'm not talking about in this community. I'm talking about in general. You watch live streams, and you can see the people that are personable, that will, like, they're looking at everyone like, hey, you know what? These people are here. They came to see me. I need to talk to them. These are friends of mine coming in, not talk down to them. Talk to them like they're just beneath me. And then we have Joe Gonsalves. I like saying Joe Gonsalves just because I was the one person he said got it right. And it just feels like that name is incomplete. Like, it really should be Gonsalves, but it's just Joe Gonsalves. And I love it. We have Mr. Grudge joining us, and MOTU Guru. Hey, Punk, just got here. How's it going? It's going great. I mean, it's Monday. I have to work a full week. Let me tell you, it feels like it's been forever since I have worked a full week. It's been like since Thanksgiving. I had all of Thanksgiving off. When I came back, I asked my boss, like, hey, how much time do I have off? Like, that I can still use. So I had enough for the next two Fridays. And then there was a Christmas party, and then Christmas came, and then New Year's. So it seems like it's been forever since I worked a full week. So it seems like a daunting 5 straight days that I have to work, but one of them is already down. So I guess you can't complain too much about that. All right. So the videos that I did drop this week, or within the past week, is I think most people saw the Marvel Legends Falcon video that I did, Brave New World. I was really excited about this figure and Captain America, Captain America is on its way. But since Hasbro Pulse uses DHL, when I see that it's shipped, I don't even bother checking anymore, because it's just like, it's going to show up whenever the hell it shows up, right? Matter of fact, until I just mentioned it, I'd forgotten. But many of you probably saw my anger. They may have seen me throw the figure. And yes, I threw that figure. For what it's worth, I have forgotten, because I don't do anything on purpose. But when I threw it, when I chucked it, I kind of forgot that whole 3D rack was behind me. I did not expect that thing to explode the way that it did. But it did. Now I want to address a few things that people said. Now, whether or not they're just trying to gaslight or whatever, I was not putting the wings on backwards. All right. A matter of fact, if you watched it, you saw me try it numerous times, right? I mean, I tried it numerous times, swapping them around. Those wings were not going on. They are not printed properly. There's no way to change that. And again, this is the things you guys don't see. You didn't see the half hour that I was heating up the wings, trying to pop it on the backpack. But I heat up the backpack, tried to pop them on, heated both of them up, which is something you normally don't do. Yes, Aaron, it was diorama abuse. And let's say hi to son of a crayon slayer. Now, during that time that you didn't see, I stopped. I watched MCU Collector and Dan who both did reviews on them, and I both watched them pop the wings on. They had no problems whatsoever. So hopefully, the one that I got, hopefully it's from a bad batch. Hopefully I'm the only one that got it. I can't imagine I'd be the only one. But clearly I watched them, and I wanted to make sure that, I know that, those guys are getting a lot of a lot of times it seems like they get free product. I don't want to say they are because I might be completely wrong, but it seems like they're getting free product, and that's perfectly fine. So one of the reasons why I show you what I do is so you can see exactly what's going on, how yours might look, problems you might have. I watch them pop them on. They had no problem. So it makes me think that whichever one I got, whatever batch I got, it's a problem. Here's my issue. Now I understand when a company, let's say like Balaverse or AWalk or I don't know if Mythic Legion, I don't know who does it, but if you get it from BBTS or somewhere else and you contact them about something being defective and say you have to go back, I understand. I contacted Hasbro. I went through everything. I sent everything over, all the pictures that they wanted, the video. Then they came back and said, I'm sorry, you didn't buy this here. You have to take it back to the store that you bought it from. Now, that would be different if I got it from Amazon, Amazon, Target, Walmart. But Sergeant Reds, I don't know if they even get reimbursed. I haven't had a chance to even talk to them about it. It just really pisses me off. I was excited about this figure. And I know, some of the comments that some of you guys leave, and it's not the people that are in here chatting. There's some of the comments like, that's what you get for buying garbage. Like, all right, just seriously, like, what do you get out of like leaving like shitty comments like that? I mean, do you really get something out of it? I mean, it's one thing when you're like in your teens, or I didn't have the internet when we were our teens, but I mean, it's one thing when you're an adult and you're dropping these shitty comments. I don't get it. It blows my mind. And again, I'm not saying I haven't probably left some shitty comments. People are gonna go like, what do you say about Super 7? Well, I guess very true. But it's like the figure looks good. It's designed fairly well. But the fact that the wings don't work, and I was really hoping to have it as a Joe that can go up against Raptor. Again, that's why I spent $40 on the figure. So, but it is disappointing that Hasbro pretty much said, "Sorry, you're shit out of luck. We're not going to replace it. We're not going to fix it. You can take it back to Sergeant Reds, and I'll talk to him about it. But I'm not going to leave him out if he can't get his money back because." It's like me buying a skateboard and me snapping it and expecting, Modern Skate to replace it. It doesn't work like that. So let's say hi to JLS Comics, who, if you want to know anything about most of these G.I. Joe figures or Marvel figures, go check out his stuff. He does a wonderful job. We have Bobby Wold, who is joining in here. Hasbro customer support probably saw your video on Falcon. Well, when they asked me to send a video over, I made sure not to send them that one. Because we do know Savage Crucible watches it. Motu Guru says, I'm still waiting on my Giant Man eyes. It's been almost 2 months. I haven't even read up on that, but someone said that there's some issues with the Giant Man. I'm not sure what it is. If you want to tell me in the comment, I'd love to hear exactly what it is. And Nolan is jumping, which now makes us ToyTube official. Another video that you saw me drop was Savage Crucibles, and I guess if someone's really never seen my channel and they come across the beginning of Falcon and then they come across the beginning of the Savage Crucible, they can be like, this is just an angry asshole who hates everything and he's just gonna throw it around, right? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. That is not how I am. Can I get angry? Yes, I think that's been well established. But they sent out the new feet, and let me say something quickly because Aaron the Toy Enhancer asked. He said, "How do you get these feet?" If you were a part of the Kickstarter, they automatically sent them out. Matthew, do you know how you get the feet if you bought them elsewhere? Because you were the first one that told me about the feet being sent out. Todd C has joined us. Great to see you here. So Matthew, if you know how, then please tell me in there exactly how you're supposed to get your feet and for Savage Crucible. But anyway, so I did the review, and I called it Take Two. I feel that if a company is gonna take the time to fix a screw up, and they did, that hey, you know what? I should come back and rectify. I did the same thing with Valiverse when I had the broken issue with the Scarab hip, right? I came back, I showed how to do it. People said, "Oh my God, you scared me with that razor." Don't worry, I know how to use a razor. And they did it. And I gotta say, I was more nervous that those feet weren't gonna come out properly, but they came out, they popped out really nice. Really smooth. He did the whole figure up, thing popped right out, put the new feet on there, and guess what? This figure stands. And this figure, if these feet would have been on there, or even if the feet with the toe articulation, had it not been as weak as they are, if they would have been like that Spider-Man that I showed you, I wouldn't have had it on my negative list. I wouldn't have been angry because I showed you exactly the how I got them. And again, if I am correct, I think he finally did fall over. I had him on one foot. I couldn't get him on the Productive Susan because that thing spins and it starts. That thing isn't level, so I can't really blame anyone for that. Matthew Matson says you can get feet directly from Savage Crucibles. They're only charging $1 for shipping. So, I mean, that's not bad. And again, I do understand it's only charging you $1. Now, I'm assuming that is $1 if you ordered 10 different figures. Again, what's $1, right? We used to spend $1 to get throwing our flag points so we can get whatever G.I. Joe figure it was, right? But, and then the other thing that you guys did see was my new series that I've been thinking about doing this for a little while, and I finally said, you know what? I said I was going to do it at the beginning of the year, and I actually was way behind because at the beginning of December, you're like, I have all this time to do all this shit, and then you realize, oh my gosh, it's Christmas, and yeah. So the series that I started is a classic review, and I'm pretty much going to go through my G.I. Joe O-ring figures, and I'm starting with Wave 1, at least the figures that I have. As a matter of fact, the only figure that I am missing is Grand Slam. The Grand Slam that came with the Hal. And, I mean, he is basically, Flash with Zap's head. Now, I'm going to try and figure out a way to do this. I'm going to see if maybe I can pick up the figures as I go along. But I haven't looked at the price of a Grand Slam yet. Now, these figures are not all complete, especially this first wave. I started with the ones that are complete, or at least that I have the weapons, whether they be from the accessory packs or not. But I'm going to go through them. And one thing that I had started to notice was how doing classified reviews is all the detail that was put into the Real American Hero figures. And I thought this was a great time to go back, take a look at everything, and do it that way. So that is how I'm going to be doing this. It might constantly be evolving. What I am going to be doing, because I'm not going to be doing the vehicles with the drivers, what I'm basically going to do is on Saturday, I'll be dropping a vehicle driver and then the vehicle next. I'm going to try and do the whole wave as much as possible. Aaron, you still have figures. I'll hit you up on figures. I was actually going to go to Sergeant Reds and see about some stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I still need, a lot of weapons and everything. I'm more concerned with the detail on the actual figures, and we're going to see more detail as the waves get better, because that's where, and again, Lenny had talked about a few things that I have never noticed. So Dreadnought K6 says, pretty sure OF can fulfill your foot fetish. Hey, no. The foot fetish went to Aaron. He was the one asking about it. Frank Dumania says, what's up, Punk and chat? You'd be like, a lot of the figures I don't have are more expensive ones, at least through the first four or five waves. Like I said, Grand Slam, I definitely don't have the silver Grand Slam. I've never had that one. I never even had the jump. I didn't have the jump till later on in life, and then I ended up with like 3 of them. Why do I have 3 of these? It's kind of crazy how that works out, right? But yeah, so I just thought it's a nice way to create content, but to go back and look at stuff. I know there's a lot of people that, when they're watching some of my reviews, they're like, wow, my God, I haven't seen that figure in so long, or I never had that figure. So just be able to go through everything and kind of point some stuff out. But it also is nice for me. I like to be able to go through and relook at some of this stuff, because we didn't look at them as kids. We played with them. It was a different world, right? I mean, we played with the toys. And yeah, why am I holding the pop? Let me take a drink. Through these reviews, I've got to look at a lot of things, but I'm looking through it. There's 58 votes here. 82 people like it. Only one person didn't like, or 5% didn't like it. Some people didn't see it, and some people don't need reviews of 80s figures. And that's fully cool. Like I say, I mean, if you see something on, this is crazy. If you see something on YouTube that you don't like, you can just pass it by. Awesome. I also like, I have to mention the fact that I always get one dislike right away. Now, whether or not, I mean, if one of you guys is being funny, I don't know why you would do that, but it does make me happy to know that there's at least one person out there that hates my videos, but it continues to pop up in their algorithm, in their playlist, that they have to instantly give me a dislike. Punisher Bill here. Hi, Lawrence, Matt, Roman, and everyone. Thank you very much. And Martin saying, what figure did you like as a kid that most people don't care for? Ooh, man. I don't know if people didn't care for it. I always really liked Dial Tone. I always really liked Dial Tone, like an awful lot. Like I think I have 3 of them, or at least I one time had 3 of them complete. I'm trying to think, because during my time of playing with G.I. Joe, I didn't have. During my time of playing with G.I. Joe, it was before the neon stuff. 89, I had some, but not all that many. So I always liked Dial Tone. Now, I didn't like guys like Raptor, Crystal Ball, Psych Out. So I don't know if there's anyone that I didn't like. The question would be, what figures didn't I like would probably be better. I hope that answers some of your questions. And then Gaz has joined us, who will be my guest this week on Thursday with a friend. Now, if you don't know who Gaz is, he doesn't really come on a lot of streams. He is one of Toy Connection's moderators, so you'll see him on a lot of Toy Connection stuff. So please join on Thursday. I haven't even got around to that yet because, you know me, I'm still just rambling on about God knows what. But great to have you here, Gaz. We have Graf, who's in the house. Sci-Fi will punk review a 1986 toy before Classified release a sci-fi figure. What wave is he in? I have to look and see what wave he is in, because I mean I'm gonna go in waves. So I'm gonna. He's about wave 4, so there's a good chance that I will get to Sci-Fi. I like Sci-Fi. How about that one? A guy who was not a fan of the Sci-Fi guys. I do like the Sci-Fi guys. Dreadnought K6 says, it was mean. I'm making sure your head stays proportionate to your tiny body, Lawrence. We'll wait past that. Yes, Matthew, it is funny how fast they dislike it every time. Like, it is like instantly someone dislikes it. Which again, I laugh. Now, if one of you guys is being funny, it's all part of the algorithm. So Machine Man is here. Did I already mention you? Seriously, new game, find the spy. Clint Jorgensen says, when will Punk review his flag? Probably after the classified flag is released. Well, that's what I started thinking about, is how I can do the vehicles, and I want to do the vehicles separate. So the vehicles are going to be dropped on Sundays. So I'm going to try and do the the figure that goes with the vehicle if possible. And then let's say like vehicles or like platforms, I forget what the gun station is, and howitzer stuff like that. I'll just drop that one with a figure that doesn't have anything. So believe me, I think about this stuff way more than you guys may think. I have problems. Martin says, I like sci-fi version 2. I don't remember sci-fi version 2. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff after that, unless if I'm looking through the book, I may not remember. Sci-fi I always found really weird. I mean, I think a lot of people did, but he never bothered me. Like a lot of other figures. I didn't like. It's funny. I didn't like Tripwire. I didn't even have. You guys can see I'm pretty damn spoiled, or I was pretty damn spoiled. I didn't even want him, and so I never even had a Tripwire. I never had a barbecue because they were like figures I didn't want. I do think both of them are actually pretty cool classified figures. Matter of fact, I think they're both really good classified figures. They did a wonderful job of how they made them. So, JLS Comics says, Lawrence, are you just liking your own videos for clout? If so, stop it. God damn it. JLS has figured it out. War Chest Full of Toys is here, who will also be joining us. And did I mention Clint Jorgensen? Yes, Graf. I'm sorry. Clint Jorgensen saying, yes, Graf. They will give out APWT patches as a flag stretch goal. And let's be honest. They shouldn't they? I mean, if they ever did some sort of flag, there should be some sort of APWT patch, right? I mean, come on. It would only be right. Curtis Harris says, if you're going to do vehicles, talk about the commonly missing pieces. Okay, so I don't have everything complete. I want to look more at the details. A lot of people talk about that type of stuff, but through my review styles and everything that I've done, I really like to look at the stuff that's on it. And to, again, as an adult and look at stuff now, what Classified does, it's fairly easy. Like, you know what they're thinking. But to go back in time as a kid and look at what look at the different things that are that they detailed in that maybe we didn't know what they were. And there's still a lot of things that I probably don't know what they are. But as I look at them more and I will compare them to like other vehicles and stuff, hopefully I'll get to know. But yeah, that is I'll try and keep that in mind to kind of point out things that are easily missed. I probably was going to do it anyway. I feel like it's one of those things that as you're just talking, you just kind of mention. So it seems like a lot of you guys might enjoy it. I hope you guys do. Payne's Toy Samples. Aaron has joined us. So many damn Aarons in this community. Even ones that like to call themselves Ronnie, which doesn't make any sense. Dreadnought K6 says, it'll make great content. Thank you. Robert Stebbins says, love the O-Ring G.I. Joe and can't wait for the Firefly and Spirit review. You know, let me tell you something. Mean Gene. Turk Murphy Solutions. Anyway, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. So, well before I got into all of this, and I just wanted to start collecting figures, bringing my figures back, I just wanted to buy the figures. I don't care about the accessories. So when I bought a Firefly, I just bought him with a back, and I had my Firefly, but he was beat up, so I wanted to replace him. I just bought him with the backpack and the gun because he was a little bit cheaper. He didn't have the phone, walkie-talkie, whatever it was, and it doesn't have the cap that goes on the backpack. What a mistake that was, because once I started really getting into it and wanting to complete them, the prices have started to shoot up, and now they've just shot up sky high. So that is some stuff that I definitely regret that I wasn't buying complete, because I was like, hey, this one's $5 less, because they weren't all that expensive. So there's some of those ones that, man, do I kick myself, because the Firefly is the one that I specifically remember. Like, I specifically remember ordering that thing. And I was like, you know what? It was like $10 more for a complete one. Well, we're talking well over 10 years ago. So this is not anything recent. And man, I kicked myself for that one because that was really stupid. Tripwire jumping in here saying Firefly was definitely a top 10. I think one of the problems when it comes to the O-ring figures, especially for our generation, it is so hard to give a top 10 figures because there's so many good ones. And every time you go through, you'd be like, yeah, the 10 top figure, that's a top 10 figure. And then you realize soon you have way too many figures to be all top 10. Thanos Captor says, how dare you not have all the accessories? Everybody roast this man in the comments. Thanos, you don't have to tell them. They will. And Wraith Mason has joined us. Happy Monday. We are the Hammer. All right. Thank you to Wraith Mace for joining me last week on Thursday with a friend. If you have not seen it, go back and watch it. I do pride myself on that series. I'm very happy with the people that I brought on. And we have had some wonderful stories. We've had some really sad stories. Obviously, the story with Oz and Ed and talking about certain problems they had. Going into Plastic Fantastic and his health issues. And let me tell you, Wraith was no different. And I've talked to Wraith. I would say a good amount. He's been on Punk's Pit a bunch of times, and so him and I, we've corresponded. We've never sat down and other than on Instagram or messaging back and forth, have we really talked. And I had such a good time with him. I think you'll learn a lot from him. His story is, again, it's a scary ass story. Anytime that you find out you have to have brain surgery, and when you find out it's something that you've had for so long, man, just scary as hell. So go back and watch that one. Like I said, I'm proud of that. You go back and watch those Thursday with the Friends for the people. Don't watch them for me. I don't really care. You guys see me more than enough, but go back and watch them. And that's something I'll be talking about a little bit later on when we get to what's going to come from the channel this year, or what maybe do you want to see? Some ideas that I might have. Maybe you guys have some ideas. 3-star draw says, speaking of that, what happened to Punk's Pit the first Friday? Don't tell me first Punk's a film and now Punk's Pit got the egg. No. Okay. There was a lot. So I'm going to try. Well, we're doing Punk's Pit this Friday. So I'm going to try and do it the second Friday of every month, because let's be honest, I'm not really thinking that, hey, that's New Year's, I have all this other stuff, and there's so much stuff going on. So I think the second Friday of every month is probably going to work better. Also, if I remember correctly, Matthew said I can't be there this Friday. If you ever watch Punk's Pit, I need someone else to be there with controls, and Matthew's the only one with control. He's the only one with control, and sometimes I need to be able to walk away, but someone else needs to pull stuff up. So, Punk's Pit will be this Friday. I do have it written down, just so you know. Thank you, Wraith. It was a blast. Graph says, wait, did Punk's on film end? I always look forward to those. Dude, we haven't done it since Joe Fest. So 6 months. It's not so much that I want it to end. It was Thursday with the Friend has more traction, and it's really hard putting all this stuff together. So that's kind of where that one came from. So Ted Darklaw, if I can get it. Hello, friends. Popping in for a minute before I pass out. Hello, Dope Toys. Head on over there. Use your code APWT, and you'll get 10% off everything in stock or on pre-order. And if it's in stock, Ted or Aaron, they have to ship it. How fast do they ship it? One business day. Oh, no, next business day. Or one business day. I don't know what it is. It's in one business day. They will ship it out. A matter of fact, go buy something that Ted has right now, and guess what? He'll have to go pack it, and he can't sleep because he's like, oh my gosh, I got this. I have to ship it out right now. And we have Skunk Works Studios is here. Thank you very much. And then we have Sergeant Red's Toys and Collectibles saying, hello, Larry. I mean, Red has her own, but Sarge is never this nice. It really scares me when I see something so nice. But John does try and be nice to me from time to time. And then the other one, I want to say thank you to Oz in the clubhouse. It was Oz's birthday. Happy belated birthday to Oz. Well, I already said happy birthday to him while it was his actual birthday. Give Oz a belated birthday. I always have fun over there. I will not be. I can give you guys Joe Fest. I was going to do Joe Fest in PowerCon because PowerCon's only about a 4-hour drive. But unfortunately, they are going to Toylanta, and Toylanta is about a 13-hour drive, about the same amount of time that it takes to get to Joe Fest. So unfortunately, there's just no way I can do that. But Joe Fest, time is taken off, room is booked, so hopefully that all happens. All right, and then we're going to drop this link right now. So I want to give a big thank you to Adam Vale from the Coalition for having me on. We did a recording on Saturday. It went up live on Sunday. About a 2-hour video, and he had me on to talk about toys and what I collect, who I am. It's something that he's going to be starting. The Coalition is they cover it's a magazine from what I understand. Adam, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, but he's a senior editor there. And they talk a lot of like Walking Dead. They do a lot of podcasts like Walking Dead, but this is something he wanted to do because he's a toy collector. And he said he wants to talk to toy collectors. And you'll see him either make comments on the videos. You'll see him in here all the time. So please go over there, give them a like, a subscribe, watch the video, give that a thumbs up because we're all good people here. We like to support each other. But I had a blast. And I'm going to have him on Thursday with a friend in February. So him and I already talked about it. We knocked that date down to the 20th. So looking forward to that because he has a pretty interesting story. And he's actually friends with, because he's from New York, at least a former pro skater that has passed away. But anyway, to another story. And I guess we'll get into that when Thursday with a friend happens. So anyway, as for Joe Fest, I have requested the dates off. If anyone is wondering, so the special that they're running is like $750. Now I think the one bedroom is already the one bed is already taken in the hotel. If you have a AAA card, and I know there are other discounts in there, you'd have to go look, but with the AAA discount for 2 beds, it's a suite. So technically there's also a pull-out bed also, so you can easily sleep 3. It was the same hotel room that Tony, myself, and Travis had this year or last year now for Joe Fest. It comes out to be $1,000. So quick math, if there's 2 of you doing it, $500 each, and that's for 4 nights. That's Thursday night all the way through Sunday night. So you get in Thursday, which you'll want to, and then you stay and leave on Monday. I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's a fucking blast. It is the best time that you're going to have because you don't just spend time at the convention. You spend all night for 4 nights in the lobby till whenever, not till they kick you up. They don't kick you up until you walk your ass back up. There's so many people there. And yeah, I mean, I don't think I don't think that's a bad rate at all. You're talking about splitting it, it's $500 for 4 nights, but again, you can easily get 3 people. Like the couch is a pull-out bed. I believe you could also get a cot, but then you're also looking at, $333 for 3 people. and that's for 4 nights. So I don't think that's bad at all. I mean, I think that is an actual. I think that's a great deal. And if I'm correct, I believe the whole week pass for all 3 days is somewhere around like $70. It is. It is just boom. It is great. What do you mean? How much for the fold out? There's already a fold out bed in it. That's for the suites. So if you have 3 people, you just split it 3 ways, and then you guys just decide, how you're going to get who's going to sleep on the couch. I slept on the sofa bed, and I guess Tony was like, man, Travis had them come out and clean everything underneath it because there's all kind of stuff, and then you never actually pulled the bed out. I'm like, I just slept on the couch because I'm small. There was no reason. It was a waste of time to remove the bed. I was fine sleeping on the couch. But no, it is definitely, again, it is worth it. If you have the money. Again, if you don't have the money, then please, don't. No, I'm not. You can go see someone else, but not right now. I'm live right now. All right? I love you still. Anyway, but yeah, go out. Again, I'm telling you guys right now. 3-star Darren is saying 1,000 for 4 nights at a convention is pretty damn good when you don't have to drive anywhere. I don't think, and I would not have. All right, I would not have known this. I wouldn't have thought of this. You spend so much time after the convention, and you can walk right into town. Like, you just walk in and, well, except for Sunday, because everything closes at, Darren, what time did everything close? Like 2 o'clock? A lot of stuff's not even open on Sundays because it's a very religious area. Boy, were we shocked when we went to try and get some dinner on Sunday, and they're like, everything is closed. And it was like 4 p.m. We're like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, JLS Comics wants to ask John, Sergeant Red, Sarge, did your wife get the Gamerian Guard tattoo yet? If you don't know what he's talking about, go watch a toy store near you for Sergeant Red's episode, and Sarge collects Gamerian Guards, and there's a little talk about her getting a tattoo. I don't believe that she got one. I remember asking her about it, and she's like, yeah, I'm not getting one. But Graf says they should schedule Joe Fest around the local pancake breakfast. Well, they do have breakfast with the Sarge. Now, I was not about to pay for that. And not to mention, hey, we got to spend like 2 hours with the Sarge anyway for free. His handler wasn't happy about it, but his handler had nothing to say because he pretty much told his handler to get the hell out of there and leave him alone. Yes, we did find Taco Mama, though, where it had the, oh no, yeah, there was these napkins, and there was just a sign, like one of those little signs, and they wrote, oh no. I believe it's somewhere up on Instagram, because I know I sent it over to, I tagged Hella Dope Toys in it somewhere. Anyway, yeah. Again, 1,000 for a 2-bedroom suite, and that's 2 different rooms. So, it's well worth it for 4 nights, in my opinion. Now, again, that's me spending your money. If you don't have the money, then it's not worth it to you. But the amount of fun that you have, and the fact that you don't have to leave, like, you don't drive anywhere. You pull in and you're gonna walk. Yeah, it's gonna be like 100 degrees and 100% humidity, and probably won't be a cloud in the sky. But yeah, it's one of those things. But that's my opinion. So Clint Jorgensen says, any truth that Sergeant Slaughter will be on June's Punk's Pit? No, but that is something that I will discuss later on about things for the channel, maybe things you guys may want to see. I'm not sure if I'll go down that, but I'll throw you $50 for a parking pass. Well, I don't know what you need a parking pass for. We have Sunny Sundries jumping in here. My favorite convention in Germany was held in a youth hostel inside a castle. Depending on your room, $100 to $175 for 2 nights, including meals plus free drinks, including wine and beer. Now, I don't drink, but that's not bad. That doesn't seem that bad because you will spend money at the restaurant. I'm just gonna say that. Make sure you don't have just enough money for the hotel because that pizza at the restaurant there is really good. Now the other thing is you got to eat before 10:30 because the restaurant closes at like 10:30. It is stupid. All right. All right, so I'm just trying to see if there's anything else on here. This week I should have Leatherneck and Xandar coming in. Hey, Sarge, if you're still here, are you getting the new G.I. Joes this week? I just heard someone say their shop was getting, will be getting, or has, not will be getting, has the Saw Viper in. So if you're getting any of them, please message me. Let me know because I need all of them because I have 2 coming from AliExpress. So I will be doing a review on ordering from AliExpress for the new Joes. It's going to be kind of when I get them. Probably a little bit different. Anyway, yeah, restaurant is really good when you can actually get it. Also, remember this. Try not to be so nice to the waiter or your server who's the bartender because he might not let you leave if you're very polite to him because he doesn't want to deal with the other assholes. And Darren, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know. Did they have room service? Well, we're not there. I mean, we're in the convention hall. So, you're in the convention hall. So, you're just, you're not ordering room service. And then I don't know how many other people went out. I think we went out almost every single day to get something to eat. I know that I picked up Tony and Travis day one, and then I think we went back out again and had dinner. And then I know we went out the next morning for breakfast. Then we went out for Sunday for breakfast for lunch to find out almost nothing was open. And then we went out to breakfast on Monday before we all left. And everyone took their sweet old time coming down, not realizing I have a fucking 13-hour goddamn drive home. Rex Ship 85 has joined us. Great to have you. Anyway, all right. So tomorrow at 8:15, premiere for ranking the G.I. Joe classified numbers 41 through 60 will be airing. So it is at 8:15 because it is 45 minutes long, and I want it to lead directly into Travis and Ed, my moderator. So Hexa Stack, Mr. Wonderful, and Action Figs live stream. Now, Ed has said that he will have Travis ready to go. So hopefully all the people that are watching, we're going to be able to kind of force everyone over there. And then when they finish up, even though Pop and Matthew will be going strong at that time, hopefully you guys will tune into their stream because we should all be supporting each other. Even if, hey, maybe it's not what you're into, you know what? If you're there, shoot on over, hit a like, say hi. All that stuff helps drive other people, helps the YouTube algorithm. King Panther jumping in here. Greetings, Punk. I know it's old news, but I'm very excited to get my Retro Viper whenever they ship. They have more vibrant colors and pinless. Are you looking forward to them? Yes. So, that was okay. This is off topic, but go figure, right? So one of the things that I wanted a toy kind of mood to ask them, and for some odd reason he wouldn't, was my question was, if now that the line is more successful, are you willing to go back and redo molds of figures that you already have? We've seen it in Star Wars. They've redone, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo. They obviously redo the Stormtroopers. We see them redo, a new molds of Wolverine. And that was the big figure that I was wondering, is if you would be willing to go back. And the Viper was the perfect example. I think the Viper is a wonderful figure, the original classified. This new one here, I think, looks really good. And being able to kind of tone down the plate carrier, I think you're going to get more playability, more maneuverability out of it. And the pinless, I mean, everything is different. But when you look at it, that's exactly what they're doing. Beachhead was completely new. Scarlet, Duke, Falcon, even the retro Falcon, or not the first Falcon, and then the retro Falcon will be different. This new Flint is, and then the Viper. So those were the big ones. Like the Viper was the big one. So yeah, I am excited. I do like the colors. I don't need everything, as I mentioned, in classified to be identical. But when you're doing a retro, man, I want it to be as close as possible. And I think they nailed it, at least from what we can see. Hopefully, when we get the bucks, when we get the figures, we'll think that they're awesome. Toyman 78 has jumped in here. Graf says, "Loved your Green Falcon Man review. You've got quite the arm on you. You should be playing for the Detroit Tigers." Well, if you didn't know, my ex brother-in-law did play professional baseball as a pitcher, so I may have gotten a few tips from him on how to start with my back to the batter, and then turn around and sling a 90 mile per hour curveball. All right, so that's what will be coming out tomorrow. And again, we're going to kind of move everything. And, I want you guys all head over to, Ed and Travis's. Then when you're done there, head on over to, Pop and Matthew. So let's quickly say hi to Frankie Riviera. But since I am talking about it so much, let's just do it, because I want you guys to tune in to their shows. So why not play the commercial for Pop and Matthew?
Idiots! Incompetent buffoons! What is it now, Commander? Consummate morons, incapable of coherent thought! Are you watching that show again?
Yes.
Why didn't you just watch Pop, Lender, and Matthew's discussions, news, reviews before the show came out? Whether you agree or disagree, the perspectives provide enough context to know if the show or movie is worth your time or not. Yes, I know. I will not miss another Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central on Pop Blender's channel. Be more than once a man by watching Pop, Blender, and Matthew talk about pop culture news, discussions, and reviews on Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And now you know. Televiper, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe so we do not miss another episode. And hit that bell notification.
All right, so that's what you need to tune into. But again, that comes during Ed's stream or right after. And then Justin Booth, who's been a member for 6 months. So you know what you get there is a...
Welcome to the creamery.
All right. So let's get into a little bit of the news that's been going on. And I probably should have had this already set to go, but I didn't, but hey, you guys are here. 80 people here. Please hit that like button if you have not. As we all know, it helps out the algorithm more than you know. So quickly, the Four Horsemen have dropped a few exclusives up on their site. Store Horsemen. Now, again, these are only, if I am correct, these are only available at the Store Horsemen through the Four Horsemen website. Shipping is, I think, $10 for whatever you buy. Like, that is the most that you're going to spend. But these are, I ordered this Gaspar and this Gar Rich today, and $37 for each one. Again, I paid under $90 for the whole thing. Really good. Not unhappy with it at all. That is for sure. Intro Mystery says $15 for the whole thing, because I paid like $9, $9 and some change for the two figures. And that's through a FedEx. I didn't want to go out mail because last time they shipped me out something, it somehow ended all the way in Chicago. From New Jersey to Chicago, back up to Detroit. Again, all you have to do is pull up a map and you'll realize that makes no fucking sense. But all these figures are at a discount or whatever their prices are. Cheaper than most of them. And I just think this Gaspar is absolutely awesome. It is a really good looking figure. And I don't have any figures of theirs that are like this. So, yeah, see, I thought that they did a standard $10. Now, again, I noticed mine was under $10. But there wasn't a standard when I did it. It was odd. So I know people said that they started doing a standard shipping, so I'm not questioning you or saying that you're wrong or anything. But I thought it was $10, maybe it was $15, but I know mine was just under. It was 9 something FedEx. But he does have his nunchucks. I don't know why he has this Jester doll. This is something I know came with my Santa Claus that I got from them. Saint Nick or Kris Kringle. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, but I don't know why that, but it comes with it, and accessories are accessories. This was originally a 2-pack, and I was really interested in it. So I don't get the same accessories. I don't get the same accessories that would come with the 2-pack and the convention exclusive. But yeah, but you do get like 3 different heads here, a bunch of swords, and so to me, definitely worth it. Oh boy. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully I do not have a sneezing fit. I've somehow avoided having sneezing fits on this thing anytime doing a live. Yeah, they did something. Again, I don't know when you ordered it. I know they said they were doing something to make it better. So when people order a whole bunch of stuff, it's one flat shipping fee. But it was not one flat shipping fee for me. So I don't know. And Cobra Commander has joined us. And Shark Guys is saying, isn't that a marionette puppet? I don't think so, but maybe he is. I don't know. A lot of different nights, so you can either order the all-in for $450 or maybe just pick the night that you want. I think it's crazy that the nights are $45 compared to $37 for these characters, which I think just look way better in my personal opinion. But yeah, you do what you need to do. It's your toys. Again, I think Mythic Legions, the Four Horsemen, they make a wonderful, wonderful figure. I've talked about this before. I know there is supposed to be better articulation with double elbows and double joints coming, and that will be a glad update. And that will be a needed update, shall I say? I'm trying to think of the proper words. Yeah, okay, so MOTU Guru, yeah, see, that's what I thought it was, but when I ordered it, it was 9 something. Now, I don't know if it was different because I did the pay in 4 installments, but that shouldn't have changed anything. But I also could have gone with $8 and something, which was just the regular postal service. So I don't really know why, because that's what I thought it was. I thought it was a flat rate, but when I went to order it, it was not a flat rate. It was under that, so I mean I can't complain, but I could have gone with a higher one and got it shipped faster. So I don't know, but either way. But anyway, if you're into Mythic Legions, if you're into Four Horsemen stuff, Cosmic Legions, there's a whole bunch of different ones that you can get. I looked at the Knights. I couldn't find any reason. Again, I'm not a huge Knight guy to spend $45 on another one, but those other 2 figures I really, really do like. So I definitely jumped on those and ordered a couple of those. Alex S. has joined us. Evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. Alex Smith, I'm sorry about your Sharks. I'm sorry, your Dolphins. Yes, we will be talking about that. We will be talking about that in just a bit. the not homage to G.I. Joe Roadblock, or I don't think it's heavy duty, but the Roadblock. All right. And then let's see here. What did I have here? I'm going to regret pulling these guys up. I love you, Toy Habits, but man, your site can really, really bog down the system. All right. So if you are a MOTU collector, they moved the date back to January 21st for Real Blast, MOTU Origins, Mattel Creations. But if you are interested in this, it's going to be available for you. This is what he looks like. I don't know anything about this character. If I was still collecting MOTU, I would probably order him just because I was trying to pick up as much as I could. He's just kind of a goofy character, but that's a lot of the MOTU stuff. So there he is. If you are, Graf says Dan Marino will take them to the Super Bowl this year. Cobra Commander said, just got a set of the 10 and avoid the trouble of choosing a Knight. Yeah, I guess you could do that and just go get all of them. Martin says, heavy duty and Roadblock head baby in space figure. I think it looks really good. I'm excited. I'm going to try and get one. I already have a few people that said they can get me one, and he is going to be available, just not with all the other stuff. So Clint Yorkis says a Dan Marino Ace Ventura figure coming out by NECA. That would be awesome. Oh my gosh. Bobby Wold says that kind of looks like one of those Play-Doh presses. I cannot not see it. I like right here. It looks like the Play-Doh coming out down here. It's total Play-Doh colors too. The blue, the red, and the yellow. Like, oh my gosh. It good call, Bobby. Jay Astro saying laces out, Dan. Could you imagine? I mean, quarterbacks don't stall. I mean, no quarterback is actually doing that anymore with the kicker. They don't do that with the place kicker anymore. Or the field goal kicker. Just crazy. Stark Rhodes has jumped in saying Mega Marines confirmed. But anyway, if you're into MOTU, this is for you. But it won't be available to the 21st. So it's originally supposed to be today, and they pushed it back to Tuesday, January 21st. The one thing about this stuff is it goes out super fast. This stuff is in stock, and you'll usually have it that week. It does ship out that quickly. Brick says, see, you start talking MOTU and people show up. I hate to say it. You showed up. Everyone else left. There was about 85 people watching. It quickly dropped. And so far, their website isn't killing us yet. So there's also this MOTU Transformer crossover. I'll say it again. If you want to get your kids into something, how hard is it to make it turn into a robot? There's a reason why Transformers will always be on the shelves. I mean, how hard is it to sell a car that transforms into a robot to a kid? You might not be able to sell a military figure. You might not be able to sell a flying figure or a Batman. But yeah, you can sell something like this. So, yeah, this is stuff that is either rumored or it is confirmed. But yeah, but I think that this is, there are reports that Master Universe and Transformers collaboration crossovers are in the works. I've been hearing about this for quite some time. And again, I'm not anyone special or anything. So, but looking at some of these, interesting, very interesting. Megatron as Skeletor, I think actually looks pretty good. Stinkor as, Stinkor here as, and again, I think these are just renders that people did, but Stinkor as Starscream. Triclops as Soundwave is absolutely perfect, right? I think that they just nailed it. And then obviously Optimus as He-Man. That is, I believe, Man-at-Arms is Hound. Battle Cat as Bumblebee. It's got to be Cringer, right? Because Battle Cat's big. But anyway, very interesting. I gotta say, if this is what they look like, it would be absolutely pretty. It'd be pretty damn cool, right? There's no doubt about that. Beardy McBearderson says, so Lando just needs to transform and he might leave the shelves. Okay. Maybe there are some things that transform that wouldn't sell. Maybe if Lando transformed into a shopping cart, he could leave the shelves. Clinton Jorgensen said, I always predicted Stinkor was Skeletor's heir apparent. But this is something very interesting. Again, I can't say that it's something that I would really be into. I'd have to look and see what they are, how they transform, how they look when they transform, considering they're humanoids. Again, getting Thundercats that are versions of MOTU, that's easy enough to do. This here, I'm not so sure, but hey, to each their own. Again, these all look pretty cool. At least this digital render, this artwork here. Is that Man-at-Arms? Who the hell is this? Who knows? Who is this? That's Ironhide? Boy, I thought. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. That's Ironhide. Who the hell is this? Oh, Ram Man. Oh, I see it now. Oh yeah. Now I really see it. Oh my God, Ram Man's head looks just like bronze. And quickly here.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Wait a minute. That didn't play the whole thing.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
And Woody 222 with the $9.99. Merry New Year's to all my peoples, even you punk. Just kidding. And I guess, well, you get a for that. Thank you very much, Woody. It is greatly appreciated. Snowwolf says Optimus riding Bumblebee. That doesn't really work. Yeah, so Ironhide is. I knew I had that right. I didn't really notice the Brawn and Ram Man. Decepticon Evil Warriors. This just works. Like I think this right here, and then with his staff here, I mean, this just works. Like it looks like that's how Megatron should have been. I'm not sure about this. Stinkor and I feel like they could have done it better. Trapjaw, Soundwave, and Ravage Panther. This one is perfect. Like that is awesome. Like this one I might buy just because. Shockwave and Triclops. That works too. So I don't know. Some of these things I could say are really, really good. Lone Dragon saying stink scream. But that is a couple crossovers there. And then, so this was leaked. Now, I know we had heard about the Optimus Prime Mobat. I don't think you should pat yourself on the back if you were able to figure out that, hey, we're eventually going to get an Optimus Prime Transformer. We got Megatron, all right? And then we got Bumblebee, and then we got Soundwave, and we got Sergeant Slaughter. Clearly, you're going to get an Optimus Prime. That is, for all intents and purposes, said to be the Mobat. Now, I'm really interested to see how that's going to be because the Mobat technically, I don't know how you transform that and not make him way bigger than Megatron because the Mobat is technically much bigger when you add it all together compared to a Hiss. So I'll be interested to see how they do that. But Hound as the Vamp, it's about time. That's all I have to say. I know there have been many rumors, or not rumors, but other iterations where they've made a Vamp, but it doesn't transform, but it's supposed to be Hound. This is absolutely perfect. I also don't think that I don't think if anyone predicted this, like you're not. I mean, I don't think you're really going out on a limb. I mean, he's literally set up to be the Vamp. But again, Prime is all but confirmed to be a Mobat. Now, I know people said APC. Do you know how big if an APC transformed? Now, if you made it break apart, and that was his trailer, yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. It'd even be better if that's actually ended up what it being. But again, I think we all knew Optimus Prime was going to come. They did Megatron, and they did Bumblebee. They did Sergeant Slaughter. Obviously, you're going to get Optimus Prime. So anyway, but I will be interested to see how this one comes. Now, these are all vehicles I still have of my original figures. So when I do I only have 2 of the Transformers. When I do them, I do the review. I transform it once, and it stays in robot form because these things are not easy to transform. I just want to say that. Graf says, makes no sense to have Earth vehicles for 2 lines that have people from Cybertron and Eternia. I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say. I guess, I mean, it's going to sell. That's the biggest thing. And both these companies like to sell. I mean, they like to make money. But anyway, I'm interested to see how this one is, how this one is going to how this is going to turn out. And obviously, here's the vamp, probably from 3D Joe's site, maybe from the defunct. And there. Michael, I love you guys, but man, your site is just like the absolute worst. So we're going to close it. And we're going to remove it. And then I'm quickly going to play another commercial because I got to blow my nose. If you guys don't mind. I probably didn't have to tell you that. But anyway, a quick message from Mossman.
Oh, hey guys. So Lawrence, he had to step away for a little bit. He's got a case of the grumble dust. So he asked me to kind of watch over a stream. He put me in charge of y'all. He said to me, "Oh, Mossman, I have a case of the grumble dust, and I need you to watch myself for a little bit so nobody leaves and finds out that there's more interesting things to watch on YouTube. And also, I hate Ohio." So I was like, oh, dang, so now I have to come up with a topic for my very own show. And I was like, oh, what about talking about your favorite toy stores? So my favorite toy store is HelloDopeToys.com. So they used to have this really bad website. It used to look real scammy. Like if I gave them money, they were going to go spend it on like blow and hookers. But now their website is really nice. And like I can just go in and do like 1-2 click. And then my order's placed. And they ship super fast, guys. They ship everything in 1 business day. So like I get all my toys first. So when I'm out there on the playground and all my friends are like, oh, dang, Mossman, where'd you get that action figure? I still have to wait 17 months for mine. And I'm just like, well, I went to HelloDopeToys.com and I just pushed the buttons and then they shipped it out to me. And the packaging is so nice, guys. Like, I opened up the box and I thought, oh, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this kind of packaging. It's so nice. But then my trash can gets full because of all the packing stuff. And I was just like, oh, dang, I just changed the trash. But now I gotta change the trash again. Oh, you're right, Matthew Matson. You can use the code APWT at HelloDopeToys.com and save 10% on your order. So how that works is, so you're gonna save 10%, and then a Punk with Toys, he has to pay that 10% that y'all saved. So if you don't like Lawrence, you can just go to HelloDopeToys.com and just buy a bunch of stuff and rack up his bill. So then like at the end of the month, they're like, Hello Dope Toys is like, oh, Lawrence, you owe us $1 million because of all the 10% codes that everybody used. And yeah, that's how that works. Okay, guys, so it looks like it's time for me to go now. So make sure you go to HelloDopeToys.com and like and subscribe. And then in the comments, put what your favorite toy store is. But if it's not HelloDopeToys.com, I'm probably just going to delete it, okay? So, all right, guys, bye!
And Mr. Wonderful jumping here saying, sorry, just popping in, but you're up against Raw and Netflix now. I've always been up against Raw. What does it matter if it's on Netflix or USA Network? It doesn't matter. Remember, I'm more important. I'm just saying. And I really only saw this because Matthew says, so Mr. Wonderful, so you have time while buffers to hang out here? Got it. And you also have time to make a commercial that I'm still waiting for. Hey, moderators, would you guys like to make a commercial? One guy, Matthew, his partner says, all right. And he thinks that I want a commercial made to promote my own show on my own show. Again, my head is big, not that big. But they got one done. Here we sit like, I don't know, how long's it been? 7 months, maybe 6 months. But he'll probably have but Travis will probably have another AI video done soon. So, Baldylocks Reviews jumping in here saying Mossman needs his own show. Well, I agree with that, but you have to ask Hello Dope Toys. You have to ask Ted Darklaw about that. I only got exclusive rights to the commercials because I asked for the exclusive rights to the to the commercials. Brick something saying, I think that I have MOTU Transformer crossover, but I wish it was actual Eternia vehicles, like a Wind Raider that turns into a Hound or Hoist. Sucks trying to hold in a cough so you guys don't have to hear it. Or a Land Shark into Shockwave. Wow, those would be big. Like those would be really big, considering I know how big the ones for the O-rings are. But I can't argue with that. I mean, that would be actually really, really cool. And Baldy Last Review saying, hey guys, hey Chet, hey Roman, I guess hi Lawrence. Hey, you don't have to say hi to me, not everyone does. As a matter of fact, your buddy Tony hasn't even been in today. I mean, that's kind of shocking. And he's going to go, oh my God, I totally forgot that you were on, because I'm hardly ever on Mondays. All right. So, the next thing I wanted to talk about quickly, Brick, I know you're still here, right? Brick says, I worried you were stroking out while reading my comment. No, I was trying not to make too much noise. I had that one sneeze, and now I don't know how you can sneeze, and then all of a sudden your body's like, you have mucus, and it just won't stop. So quickly, there is a new Kickstarter called the Cursed Dead Kickstarter, or the Cursed Dead. I guess it's not called the Cursed Dead Kickstarter. It's Kickstarter called the Cursed Dead. Now these are very interesting figures. I don't think that they're anything that I will back. I'm not saying there's nothing that I wouldn't pick up, because I think some of these look really, really cool. So you have a basic figure that looks kind of like some sort of vampire or demon. I guess it could be whatever you want. I mean, it's a drinker, so I'm assuming it's some sort of vampire. It says basic figures are 40 and deluxe are 85. So that's pretty damn pricey in my opinion. But I don't really know. I don't really know what what all you get. I haven't really gone through it. I quickly saw these, and I saw a few other people talking about them. So I said I should talk about them. So you have your basic figure here. You have, I like this pumpkin guy. I like this rage guy down here, and this Din. I think these all look really good. I can make him bigger. This Crinkle guy makes me think of Kinkle Inkles. So, I mean, these are actually pretty damn cool looking. There's no doubt about it. Let's go back here. I didn't realize I could just highlight these. So here's the Hate. Very thin, so you can look. To me, it feels like there's not a lot of plastic being used to make the buck, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not criticizing. I think this Gordy here, this pumpkin figure is. I think he's the coolest looking of the basic figures. This guy really stands out to me as like the Halloween figure. Din, and if they come out looking like this, that is some. To me, this is on par looking at it with Savage Crucibles and the detail that they put in. I can't talk. I really can't. I can't praise them enough for their design, the paint apps that they used. I could only criticize them for their ankles. I don't like their sheaths either. And then we have this Rage here, which is also a very interesting looking character. I like the blue here. Blue pocket coming out of his mouth. So nice looking figures. Pretty cool here. So they were going to have this deluxe figure. If you're into The Walking Dead, if you like zombies, here, you've nailed it. You have a whole bunch of 118 or 112 scale Walking Dead zombies. He has what looks like an alternate head sculpt And is that soft goods? Does somebody know? I'm assuming Brick knows this here. Rachel says these look like Monster Force villains. I mean, they could be. I'm really starting to notice that these are. There's a lot of figures that could be Operation Monster Force villains. Brick somebody says, I get that they seem pricey when you look for the accessories, etc., but they're larger, close to 7 inches, and the engineering is pretty extensive. Malik enough to get 2 or 3. But again, for me, it's not something that I feel that I need. So I doubt that I would back this. But they look good. This Crackle guy, I think, looks really nice. And I like the soft goods. I think the soft goods look really good. They're just not some plain, in my opinion, some plain soft goods. Dr. Crane, I would never, ever, ever have this in my house. I'm just saying. All right. There are some things that creep me out. Having this thing on here creeps me out. But the detail on this, the arm just creeps me out. And then everything about this thing creeps me out. But if you like the fly, there you go. You guys can get that. It ain't coming in my house. This guy, he looks like, I don't know. He doesn't look scary. He looks dumb. I tell you, that ain't coming in my house. That's for sure. There's a spider. But Thanos says, yeah, the Wendigo looks cool, and the articulation really looks really nice. But here they are. If it's something you're interested in, go to their Kickstarter, back them. Again, $40 for these basic figures, $85 for the deluxe. Now, I have not looked in to see what comes with the deluxe. I hope there's more than just like an extra head sculpt. There's got to be some other stuff. But yeah, again, all this stuff is expensive. No matter what we do here, I saw someone in G.I. Joe. I fucking hate this. Someone in the G.I. Joe, one of the G.I. Joe communities, I think it was G.I. Joe Classified Elite. And they showed Falcon. They showed Raptor, and they were like, not for $35. I'm not spending that. Hasbro's gouging us. And it's like, dude, that's the fucking cost of action figures today. All right? I don't know why this is even a problem. Other than that, a lot of these G.I. Joe collectors, they're not fucking toy collectors. It definitely drives me nuts. I mean, I think I've talked about it probably more than I actually should, but it drives me nuts because the fact is, like, they don't understand. $35 for a figure, a Raptor deluxe figure. It's not Hasbro gouging. That is the going rate of a deluxe figure today. And a matter of fact, it's actually better than a lot of other deluxe figures that you would get that with. And to bitch about it, when that fucking figure was like in the 20s not too long ago, I think it was even $17. Just shows you, like, just don't. Maybe I'm the one that should be out of the G.I. Joe Facebook groups. And Tony's Figs has joined us in dropping 5 gifted 5 Punk memberships. So you get a
Welcome to the Creamery.
And who got those? But Shark Eyes. I thought Shark Eyes already had one, but maybe his alternate account had one. Your Mother Lover, who I have never seen in here. Chris Allen, I have also never seen. Venom, it has been a while since I have seen Venom. And David Bruce. So thank you very much, Tony, for doing that. And all those people, they can watch or join in on Punk's Pit this Friday when I don't know what we do. We talk for like 6 hours. Brick something says horror is going to be the Kickstarter Zenji's. I don't know how to say that word. This year, the Cursed Dead, Space Zombies from Mars, From the Realm, and there's Operation Monster Force. Of course, horror figs are the new anthro animals. Yeah, you might be right. I think Fresh Monkey Fiction with Operation Monster Force in making multiple different lines that work with each other. It goes pretty far. There's no doubt about that. But I think they have it right, just because they can be military figures or not. So not everyone will be collecting all of those as horror figures, but then you have the horror collectors. I think that they just nailed it right there. Shark Guy says, and yeah, I'd cancel my membership, Punk. Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were a member, but you're not. Well, you are now, so. I guess maybe if I got my videos in Toy Newsy, you'd be a member. But since I am not special enough to get my reviews in Toy Newsy, you can't be a member. That's okay. Wade Hollerton says, LA booed Hulk Hogan. Oh, don't make me play the video. All right. Anyway, very little news. You know how little news that SH Figure Arts, if you want a Jackie Chan figure, they're going to make it. Seriously, there was so little news that I had to put a Jackie Chan figure in from SH Figure Arts. That looks like it is from, is it Japanese? I think it's from a Japanese solicitation, because that's all. I think that's Japanese. It might be Chinese. I don't know, because I don't speak or read that language. But young Jackie Chan, and Graf is saying that Jackie Chan is awesome. Hey, it looks awesome. I mean, that is the reason why I put it in there. I mean, if it was ugly and awful, I would not have put it up there. But I normally would not have. Clint E. Jorgensen says, yeah, I didn't want to spoil Hulk Hogan's or Hulk's appearance. Are you happy? Okay, let me ask you guys that are watching Monday Night Raw. Can you watch it on the replay, or can you only watch it live? Because I haven't watched wrestling in quite some time, but I'll go back and I'll watch to see the people that, because I'm sure they were trying to bring everybody in for Netflix, right? And I wonder how much it's buffering. Clint Jorgensen says, Punk's favorite straight edge wrestler, CM Punk, is entering the ring. Fuck that guy. Anyway, Wayne Hollison says Jackie Chan escaped Squid Game. It looks like he has Converse. It looks like they probably don't have the Converse logo, but those are clearly Converse. You can even see the little circle on the inside there. He has a umbrella, so he's like the penguin. I don't know why. I know nothing about this character. Rollkeeper says it's still on. I have no idea. No buffering so far. I still can't believe they had that many issues. But they didn't have issues with football. And if they didn't have issues with football, then I would say that they're not going to have any issues with Monday Night Raw. Because as popular as it is, not nearly. It's not all the people that want to see Jake Paul get knocked out that didn't. Or football. Meals on Wheels. Did anyone answer about the wrestling? If you can watch it on the replay, I would hope so. God, I gotta say this head sculpt is good, but man, those elbows and those butterfly joints, and I know someone's probably gonna say this SH Figure Arts And I'm going to say I don't have any. I might just keep it that way. But yeah, this is again, good looking head sculpt, and I guess it looks pretty good if it's just like this. But man, those knees. This looks like it has proportions of. It looks like it has proportions of Ramen Toys, Aces of Aviation when they have the suits on. And I know he's supposed to have what looks like a jumpsuit, but everything just looks really, really big. So, but yeah. Lone Dragon, I couldn't tell you one Jackie Chan movie that I've seen. And I wholeheartedly mean that. I know that he's done a ton of movies, but I have, I don't think I've ever sat down and watched. Oh, you know what? I take that back. I watched the Karate Kid one that he did, which I actually thought wasn't an awful movie, though I couldn't tell you anything about it. And I will see this new Karate Kid, so I will see that Jackie Chan movie. Brick says, "Oh man, you have to watch Police Story." Yeah, like I just never got around to watching anything, and I've never watched Rush Hour because I'm not a fan of the person that he's in it with. Watch an actual Jackie Chan movie. Maybe. That's not a flattering shot. All right, now that looks like not only you're wearing a diaper, it looks like you've taken a dump in the diaper and you are running from people. That is awful. That looks bad. All right. Here we have the 4 Horsemen. I'm telling you, there's no news. I don't see myself making it 3 hours today. Punk's going to end up watching Karate Kid with Jaden Smith. I know, I saw that, and I didn't hate it. That's what I'm saying. That's the one. I couldn't tell you anything about it. I just remember thinking it shouldn't be called The Karate Kid, but it wasn't a bad movie. Though I can't tell you anything about it other than that Will Smith's kid was in it and Jackie Chan was in it. Oh, and it was Kung Fu, not karate, so calling it The Karate Kid was stupid. It should have been called The Kung Fu Kid. Anyway, so for Toylanta, I don't know why they didn't just hold on and do this for Joe Fest. It seems like it would have made way more sense. But this probably will be at Joe Fest also. But this is a Toylanta exclusive. This figure will also be available later on, but without all the same accessories. There'll be a couple accessories that aren't with it. So this is in the solicitation. It clearly says this is not an homage to any company. Although, if I remember correctly, this looks almost exactly like a solicitation for the Cobra Island roadblock. A big beard. The gun doesn't look the same, but the way he holds the gun is the same. The color scheme is very similar. With that said, I think this looks amazing. This was something that I kind of opened up my my Instagram messages, and Oz had sent it over to me. And I was like, first thing I thought was, oh my God, who's doing a new roadblock? And then I realized, and when you read it, they talk about how this is not a solicitation of any company. And again, we talked about it probably has to do with them not wanting to get sued or make sure they don't get sued. Now they do have this face sculpt, so it's not like, matter of fact, I think that the figure that I ordered, this is the same face sculpt, just not black. But I think this looks really good. Again, for Horsemen, do wonderful You pay for the paint, you pay for the sculpt, you pay for the accessories. That's what you pay for. You don't pay for the articulation, and hopefully that's going to change, right? And Grizzlehorn coming in here saying, hit that like button. Thank you. Yes, please do. How many likes we had? We had 90 people watching at one time, and we're sitting around, let's see here. I have to refresh because for some odd reason I can't do it. 64 likes. So that math ain't math, and there's 72 people watching right now. Yeah, this figure looks, again, it looks good. It looks fun. Again, I think this is something they should have waited for Joe Fest. Although Toylanta, run by the same people that do Joelanta, again, they seem to be very Joe-centric. So it's a good idea. But I do think that this is something that they should have waited for Joe Fest. If they're doing Joe Fest, I'm assuming they are. But it'll probably also be available at Joe Fest. So he has this big backpack. I love the ammo chute that goes directly into the gun. Now, I think most of these are like laser guns, so I don't know why you would ever need that. But with all that said, the original Roadblock has that stupid laser gun, and he has a magazine, which, of course, never made any sense. Lone Dragon says, it looks like Aliens or Warhammer 40K. Where are people getting G.I. Joe? If I have to tell you where people get G.I. Joe, then you probably don't really collect G.I. Joe. I mean, MOTU Guru says, Toylanta requested the exclusive. They don't just make them because. Okay, again, I'm not saying they could not have. I feel like this would have been a perfect Joe Fest. That's all. And Lamont Knight jumping in saying, my guy, thank you very much. Now these are the extra parts that you're going to get if you get the exclusive from Toylanta. And I already have a few people that said they can pick one up for me. I really like the shield. It has like this stun, whatever. And the helmet or head or whatever it is, that's also for a Cosmic Legion. But the coloring actually looks really good. Okay. Yeah, I'm not reading that Lone Dragon, and I'm not going to play that bullshit. Like, seriously. Like, maybe Matthew fucking removed it, but, dude, yeah. Anyway. I like the gun, and I believe I have this gun with the figure. It's really not that bad. It actually works. But yeah, this is again, good looking figure. This is the exclusive stuff that you're going to get. So this this will be what you get from Toylanta. Now they said that everything else here, this will be released later on. All right. So if they release this later on, anyone can get it. But I think it's going to be the same price. Or maybe even a little bit more. Their exclusives may be just a little bit less. When you get it at the convention. Either way, it's a figure that I'm really interested in seeing it. If you don't see Roadblock, then you probably don't have the. Cobra Island Roadblock, because it looks like Cobra Island Roadblock. All right. Or some people said heavy duty because people said Cobra Island Roadblock looked like heavy duty. So either way, doesn't really matter. So there you go. That's pretty much all I have for today. That's it. I do like this head sculpt here. I think this head sculpt looks really good on it. The camouflage gun, I think, is an interesting take. That is stuff that you really only get from Top Fun Toys. I think they're the only ones that I've seen camouflage guns. So anyway. But yeah. There we go. Well, again, or we skipped Cobra Island Roadblock because it doesn't really look like Roadblock either. Well, that would mean that you were wrong in not understanding why it is. So, anyway, but either way, I like the figure. It's something I'm definitely going to try and get. I've already have a few people, like I said, have already said they can get one for me. If I don't get that one, but I do want the shield. I like the Riot shield. I just think it works really well. So, all right. And Kenzo's Creation has jumped in here to say hi to Woody and to MOTU Guru. Grizzlehorn is here. Look at the paint on that rifle. Again, I think the rifle looks really, really good. So, Ted Knight also jumped in here saying, been busy with holidays. Just want to say thanks for the membership. So he's saying thank you to Tony, who I say thank you also to Tony for donating that, because all those people that got memberships, then they can tune into Punk's Pit this Friday, where I will start to doze off and Matthew will have to take it over. Pop Blender says Lego news. I saw no McFarlane news. Again, I saw no McFarlane news, which I don't know how I can go a week without having a new Batman. I mean, seriously, there's no new Batman? I mean, there's got to be like some sort of Jokerized Batman you could do. What about the Jokerized Batman, The Dark Knight Returns? Right? That works. What about a Jokerized Joker? Have we gotten a Jokerized Joker yet? So, all right. I knocked over Roadblock. The not Cobra Island one. Anyway, okay. So on to the topic that I wanted to talk about, and this is what you're going to see from this, what you're going to see from the channel this year, and maybe questions on what you guys want to see from the channel this year, because I think everything needs to be. I really think you need to ask people again. When it's all said and done, it's my channel, and I make the final decision. But I also want to hear what I also want to hear what some of you guys think. Maybe what some of you guys want to see happen from the channel, and if it's something that I can make happen. It's not always easy. Again, as much time as I spend here doing the things that I want to do, and sometimes they work out. Maybe you guys remember a thing called Sunday Night Pickups, or Sunday Night Toy Haul, where I used to do a quick recap, like 10-15 minute recap of everything that I picked up that week. Yeah, that just became a burden to do. It seemed like an easy thing to do. I had ideas to go back and go back to the month before and do a quick recap of everything I got and where I stand on it now, after getting to play around with the figures for over a month, see if I still like them, if they got any better, maybe they got worse. But then you realize you pick up so much stuff that you can't even always mess around with everything. So it just kind of it makes it very difficult. What did I miss? Larry do another Mythic Legion faux pas. No, I'm still waiting. I think I have to wait till after Halloween to show off what's in the black bag. Brick something says, did you say Toylanta and Toylanta are the same folks? They must have good dollars to produce exclusive. Toylanta ironically has an AWOC MOTU tribute exclusive Toylanta has a 4-H Joe tribute. From what I understand, they are run by the same people. Now, if I'm incorrect, please someone can let me know and say, hey, you know what, you're a complete fucking moron. Well, someone will tell me that anyway. But this is interesting. Toylanta ironically has an AWOC MOTU tribute, and Toylanta has a 4 Horsemen Joe tribute. Yeah, that's yeah, I feel like you go the other way. Okay, so quickly, I haven't even said about what I was already going to do. So let me highlight. I'm gonna start some of this stuff that I'll come back to because I want to talk about stuff that I'm already planning on doing. So if you have some ideas, please feel free to suggest it. But we're gonna talk about that after. So I'm doing the rating videos. You guys have already seen that. That's gonna be the first Tuesday of every month. I was originally gonna do all the figures. Doing in 20s, so whatever 1 through 20, 21 through 40 and on and so forth, right? One Monday a month, do a show dressed as a Joe or Cobra. Matthew gets to run the poll for us to pick which one. Yeah, no. No, not at all. I did not see any Batman, so it hasn't popped up, and yeah. So anyway, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do this rating video, in the fact that once I get to 100, those figures are going to be just about a year and a half old. They're really not that long to really simmer with a lot of people. So once I hit 100, once I hit that 100 mark, I think that I'm going to move on and I'm going to do the retro figures, even though there'll be some of those that aren't that old. Then I'm going to do the vehicles, and then I'm going to look at a few other things. I haven't really come up I'll probably do Operation Monster Force, even though that's brand new. And then come back around starting next year. We'll probably be into the hundreds, and I'll be able to do 6 more videos from that. It's always one of those, like I said, I always want to be asking you guys and trying to evolve and give something new, especially something that I can create these rating videos months in advance and just set them on YouTube and just let them run, or let them sit there until they premiere. Same with these, some of these other videos that I'm doing. Yeah. Graf says Sailor Suit Punk. I hear Shipwreck is one of his favorites. Yeah, no, not at all. Rachel says, I believe you're right. Toylanta started as a 12-inch show. When they noticed more variety among the vendors, they rebranded it Toylanta. No, there's Jolanta and there's Toylanta. They're like 6 months apart, right? I mean, I'm not wrong, right? I don't think I'm wrong. I might be, but I don't think I'm wrong. Oh my God. One sneeze, and I'm all out of sorts. So anyway, I'll be doing the review videos. I'm sorry, the rating videos. I was originally going to rank. I originally was going to rank all the G.I. Joe figures, like whatever we had up to. And I thought about it. I'm like, I was going to write them all down, and the more and more I looked at that, the more I said, fuck that. There is no way that I'm ranking 140 figures as of now. So that turned into the rating video. That's kind of where that came from. And I want something, again, I really like I like the feedback. I like hearing what you guys have to say with the rating videos, especially going back. A lot of people they weren't into the line just yet, so they didn't get those figures. Pretty much anything starting at 100 now, and this is kind of why I want to wait till the beginning of next year to start with 101, is because those are all readily available. It's nice to give it a little bit of time to rate them. Just do a rating after they've had time to simmer. New people have come into the line. I know that this line is dead and that, people are leaving it. But I also look at like gargoyles. If I can do the gargoyles, I think there's only like 2 figures I don't have of gargoyles. And one is the 2-pack of Goliath and Demona. What the hell's her name? And then the other one is that really expensive. There's a very expensive one that came out. That's an exclusive. So anyway, yeah. I mean, that's another thing that I could do is rate each wave of the Joes. But again, I don't have all of them, so it makes it difficult. That's what has made doing this possible. Is the fact that I have every classified figure, other than the what would they call it? The field variants, because they're not different. They're just a little bit of colors different. The numbers aren't different or anything. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do with the rating video. Once we get to that, I'm gonna do, like I said, the retro carded figures. I'm not even sure how many retro carded figures there are, but I have to look at them. Then I'm gonna do the vehicles. I said I was gonna do vehicles separate. Hell, I could rank the vehicles. Dragonfly's number 1. The Dragonfly will not be on the the productive Susan. I have made that decision. All right. On to the classic reviews. So that was something that I had thought about for quite some time. And I talked about it earlier. So I don't know if you weren't here early on. I'll quickly go over it again. So if you've seen the classic reviews where I started reviewing the O-ring figures, it basically has to do with when I started reviewing, I started noticing all these different, all the little details that we never knew were in the O-ring stuff. Like, we were kids, so we didn't see stuff. Like, I had no idea that Beachhead has the red beret tucked away. Lenny said that. I had no idea. So there's been so many little things that I've reviewed, and I wanted to go back and I wanted to kind of point things out, because again, a lot of people never had some of these figures, or it's been so long since they've seen them that I thought this was a good time to go back. They're easy to make. They're 10 minutes long. I don't have to open them. I don't have to do all that unboxing. I'm not going over all the file cards and all that stuff. I just want to kind of show off the figure and everything like that. Matthew, I'm with you. The Goliath and Demona 2-pack seemed like a waste to me, considering they were completely readily available. They're the same price. You're not even getting them at a discount. I guess they were good for people that didn't get them, but neither one of those figures were hard to get. I really do like the fact that I have the face plates, but not $70 enough to go buy another Goliath. MOTU Guru says, I haven't seen the classic review video yet, but I love the idea. Going to check it out after the stream. Yeah, it's just, again, I started with, Snake Eyes. I did Scarlet. I have Stalker coming on Wednesday. And the first wave is going to be fairly easy. There's not that much detail, and a lot of them are just repaints. So there's not too much to get into, but it is something that I definitely, again, I think as we get into like wave 2 and 3, you're going to see a lot more detail that you never saw before. And so many of these figures after wave one, yeah, they repainted figures, but almost all their molds are like fresh molds. I mean, they're all different sculpts, unlike what they are today. And Matthew says, you are just oblivious. I paid attention to those details. My obsessive compulsive tendencies and ADD. Well, again, I was playing with my toys, so I don't know. Like you saw, I saw little things, but there were things that I never looked at. And I noticed so many of these things afterwards. Big Rib has joined us saying, what's up, Lawrence? Hello, everyone. Stanley Eberhard says, true, Classified brings out many overlooked details from the OG. Yeah, no doubt about it. So I'm going to be doing, my goal right now is either do 2 or 3 of them a week, probably 2, where it's going to be Wednesday and Saturday will be the figure. And then a vehicle I will do on Sunday. So it'll be 3 different videos, but one will be a vehicle. If, like I said, I'm planning on doing the Vamp as the first vehicle. So I'll do Clutch on Saturday and then drop the Vamp on Sunday. So I can refer you back to that if you want to know the figure that it comes with. With stuff like the Whirlwind and stuff like that, where they don't have figures with it, well, I'll just drop a regular figure and then drop the vehicle. I want something that's gonna go on. I mean, I could easily sit down on Saturday and Sunday and literally bust out probably 20 or 30 of these and just drop them all every single day. But if you haven't noticed, I want to keep people coming back to the channel. I want to keep the flow coming through and keep content up and running. And I've often talked about the content that I do cost me money. And what I mean by that is reviews. They cost me money. So as long as you're putting more and more money into it, the more and more it's harder to get ahead and keep up with the technology that you're going to need, whether it be ring lights, camera, microphones, different things like that. So that's the idea with that. And we'll see if, I get into other stuff. I think to get through the O-rings are going to take quite some time. And after that, we'll just, I guess in 2 years or so, we'll decide what we're doing at that time. Thursday with a friend. Now, I have no intention of stopping Thursday with a friend. I think I've made that pretty clear. It is, to me, it's the thing I'm most proud of that I have done with this, channel. I think most people that tune in to watch it are really happy to learn about other people in the community, people that they see. I am not one of those people that I don't feel I need to always go. I don't need to reach out to every single creator or every other big YouTuber. I want to talk and get to know the people that are actually supporting me. Again, I will reiterate what I've said numerous times. I think that a lot of these creators are, they talk to you. A lot of them talk down to you. They don't talk to you. They need you when it helps them. They're kind of like the government. Kind of like the government, right? And so that's why I don't reach out to like creators, other big time YouTubers. If someone is supporting me, that is, and again, it doesn't have to be on YouTube. It could be on Instagram. It could be on Facebook. It could be just someone that's helped me along the way a good amount. But yeah. Afflicted Studio says you could do Friday with an enemy. Yeah. The last thing I want to do is spend my Friday talking to somebody I don't fucking like. All right. And I would assume that person too could think of something better to do than spend a Friday with me when they don't like me. But the thing that I am thinking about doing, probably halfway through the year, I got to see how it's going, is probably the last day of the month, bringing back a former guest for Thursday with a Friend. One of the earlier ones, to see where they're at, see how things have changed. To say that I have grown in how I interview people, how I talk to people since I did Allison. God, that came out so wrong. It came out so wrong that I guess you need a...
That's what she said.
Since I reviewed Allison and Tony and Shark Eyes, who just quit being a channel member because to say that, I have grown in the channel and how I handle things, how I interview people and how I talk to them, and even what I know about them would be an understatement. And I was wondering, what would you guys think of that? Because I've always had someone different. And I sometimes regret that I don't have people on more often. But again, I'm not trying to keep bringing the same people on. I mean, that's what Oz's Clubhouse is for. That's what Punk's Pit is for. When we do some of these, Joe reaction stuff, stuff that gets dropped. That's, to me, that's what that is for. Toy Kind of Mood, they bring back the same people on their Wednesday at times, and so you get to see them. But that's, I want to kind of bring back other people. Matthew says bring Lenny back. I've thought about reaching out to Lenny, but I'm not really sure what I would talk to him about, to be 100% honest. We covered so much stuff. And I think I would rather reach out to Tony. Now, Lone Dragon brings out get Emily on. So I thought I was going to reach out to Emily, but Emily really isn't too much with the brand. Also, Emily and Tony, neither one of them really know who I am. I mean, they may know who I am from just seeing stuff, but I've never had any interaction with them. But once Emily got promoted, I kind of backed away from wanting to get her on the show just because if I was going to have her on the show, a lot of it would have to do to dispel a lot of things that people said. But now that people don't see her, she's not doing as much with the brand. I'm not sure if it's needed, is the best way to say. 3-star says, I think repeat Thursday guests would be a good idea. It can be a little more lighthearted, but you can come up with new questions, set focusing on some specific things or new things since the last. Yeah, and Naren, that's exactly my thought. Like having Tony on, Allison, so much has changed, not only in their YouTube journey, but in their lives. Now, and I know both personally, so yeah, knowing both of them personally, especially Tony, I know so much that's going on, but there's a lot of other guys that, yeah. And again, the channel's grown. There's more people on it. And the whole point is to get eyes on them. And then we have Mega J Retro jumping here. It's Monday, my dudes. Oh, everyone knows the Punk. I like Mega J. So he's one of the big YouTubers that, I know personally. I've met him a couple times. He supports the channel. He's someone that I eventually want to have on Thursday with a Friend. But it's YouTubers like that, yeah, because I have a connection with them. The only YouTuber that I had on that I had no connection with, and the only person was Shartimus Prime, and that was all due to Ted Darklaw. And I don't regret it because since then, Shartimus and I have chatted back and forth. But that was more to promote his Kickstarter. And that was kind of threw all that together. So, and let's see here. Afflicted Studio says, I really liked your last Thursday with it. Thank you very much. I wanted to kick it off big with someone being the first one of the year, and Wraith Mace has been through he's been through a hell of a year. So I thought everyone would enjoy that one. Emerald Knight Photos jumping in saying, "Sup, punk? If you're not following this guy on Instagram, you should be, because he does some of the best photography. His photography is so good that he can make a Super 7 Ultimate look good." So that's kind of like my thought with Thursday with a Friend. Because it is harder and harder to constantly find people to come on here and do a Thursday with a Friend that I haven't already interviewed. And the other thing is there's a lot of people. So before anyone says, well, there's so many people, a lot of people don't want to be on camera. Or they'll be like, well, I can talk through through an icon. I don't want to talk through an avatar. Like I have to have a personal connection. I have to be able to see your face. The people need to see your face. That's the one reason why I haven't asked Chaz the Guru on. Or else I would. I talk to that guy. I used to talk to him all the time. I mean, I still, send stuff back and forth. But he doesn't want to show his face. And I'm perfectly fine with that. But it's, I definitely don't want to, I don't want to talk to an avatar the whole time. Just not something that I could do. Lone Dragon, note to self, don't get Lawrence to help promote my Kickstarter. I help promote Hexastack and Street Humans. I did do a walk, but that wasn't a Thursday with a Friend. That was just a Frick, what was that? It wasn't a Thursday with a Friend. But anyway, Clint Jorgensen says, "Punk, Chat GPT gives you props if you search your channel." I'm not sure what that means. Okay. So Joe Fest. So this is a question. So this is something that I thought about doing last year. I didn't know if I would do it. And then this would be hard for me just because I'm not there to work. I'm going to do a walkthrough. I'm probably going to do a more detailed walkthrough. Probably a walk through the hotel to the lobby so everyone can see exactly what it is that we are experiencing. So I'm going to do a little bit more like that. But for Joe Fest, with there's so many creators there, would you like to see me do some interviews? Now, if I'm going to do interviews, just so you know, some of you fuckers are going to have to be the cameraman. All right. I'm probably looking more at Darren right there. Is that something you would be interested in seeing? Me interviewing some of the content creators. And the fucking first one, the first person says fucking Brian Flynn gets fucking kicked off the channel. But yeah, would you like to see me talk to some of the guys at AWalk? Oh no, that's yeah. No, my mic set is 2 mics. So I know Matthew, he loves interviewing people. It's difficult because again, I'm there to talk and hang out with my friends, and I don't want to spend too much time. But I think that if I plan it right, I can kind of separate it. If I can get down there early and just do a quick 5-minute interview with people, I think a lot of people would enjoy it. Brian Sauer was there. I mean, all those guys, that you hear from the full force. Obviously, you have Toy Connections. I might be able to get the Savage Crucible guy to do it. I can't promise that. But yeah. Liquid Identity joining us saying, are the Joe's delays contributing to lack of content? Dude, there's no Joe delays, man. They said they weren't going to come till August, and they're all going to be out this month. So a lot of people already have them. There's no Joe. There's no Joe delay. Matthew Matson says, Damn it! Had my chance to get out of this kid. Brian Flynn is perfect. And Mega J saying, "Do it. You'd be a great host to get them to spill some secrets." Yeah, again, I think that not that I don't want to, not that I don't think that I could do a decent job, because I do. That's how big my head is. I got to work out my shoulders to support this head. So, the question is, I don't want to in some ways, because I'm not there to work, but it is something that I feel like there's a lot of good content that I could create. And I think that I could maybe, work it out with some of the guys that I could talk to them, before the show starts, even if it's 5 minutes, as long as we can, I don't think it's going to be a problem getting a pass again, so I can get down on the floor. So, but I think I'm going to try and do that. I am going to do a walkthrough. Last year, I just did a walkthrough of the convention center before it started. I'm definitely going to do a walkthrough. I shouldn't tell everyone, because once again, people will fucking take my ideas and run with it. I'm going to show off, like, we talk about, what everyone sees, what you're experiencing when you're in the lobby. I want everyone to see it. Everyone needs to show, everyone needs to see exactly what we're talking about, because I don't think words are going to do it justice. But even the hallway of just walking down to the suites, how big this place is, and it's all us. Like, it is all of us. I feel bad for any family that happens to show up there that isn't there for the convention. Shark Guy says, Punk, I'll be your cameraman and editor if you pay my airfare and combination. Yeah. Well, I would have had that money, but see, you stopped being a channel member, so I lost all the revenue. So it was hard for me. Paul's told me things were shipping soon, but the new estimated date was the 30th of December 2025. They don't always change their dates when you look at yours. If you go and look at it on the, sometimes on, like, if you're going to order it now, I might tell you what it is. So, Lone Dragon says, E still doesn't have Iron Grenadiers, no delay. Again, I will reiterate, Entertainment Earth, they get their own crates. They don't get it from, like, a Hasbro distribution. Also, they are their own distributor. They're their own distribution, so they ship out to everyone else. So the people that are getting Iron Grenadiers, the Iron Grenadier, Bat, Alpine, Storm Shadow, your local comic book store, your local toy store, that's where most of them are getting it from. Yeah. E is going to be like the last person you're going to get anything from. So. That is something I'm going to do from Joe Fest, but I wanted to see what you guys would think about that. And then the other thing is, would you be interested in seeing me reach out to more larger content creators in this community, or other toy makers or designers? We know most of them are willing. We know a lot of them are willing to come out or come on to shows. If you reach out to them, it's something that I never really thought about doing. It's not something that not that it doesn't fully interest me, but it wasn't something that was like, hey, I need to do this. But if it's something that people feel like they would like, I feel like a lot of you guys really do enjoy the way that I talk to people. When I'm not being an asshole and yelling at them. But I feel like a lot of you guys like the way that that I'm able to talk to people, get them to just feel like they're having a conversation. And if that's something that you think that you guys would enjoy, I'd be willing to think about it. Think about who I could reach out to, who I could talk to. I know most of you guys, you really enjoyed the Lenny interview, which had nothing to do with Hasbro, but you got to learn about him. I could do something on a very similar format. other content creators. I don't know why. Again, I don't. Bigger content creators that, like if you're not really watching them, I'm not sure if that's something you'd want me to have on, but other toy creators, whether it be, Savage Crucible, obviously Toy Connections, I've already had him and Steve on before, but I just think that's another avenue that I could go down to, maybe once a month, once every other month, or just whenever I could get an interview. It is really reaching out to a lot of these people and then, going there. Clint Jorgensen, I already mentioned him. I already said that first person that mentions him gets booted. And 44D2 is here. Pulse can't deliver anything on time. Pulse they've been really weird lately. They're telling you something's about to come in and then we don't get it. Mega J says, your format is unique, brother. Yes, reach out to more folks. Most are cool to work with. Yeah, and again, I've never thought that people aren't cool to reach out to. Yes, and banned. Yes. You're instantly banned from the channel. Yeah, Mega J, Mega J, your name is Jay. I met you in person. You're Jay. Anyway, no, I've never thought that people weren't that. I wanted to do something different, and so many people have said, hey, what you're, and Tony, Tony's told me, and so many people, honestly, that they really like Thursday with a Friend, because I am reaching out to people that others aren't going to reach out to unless it's like, hey, we're having 10 people on, come on and jump on, because it's about getting to know who they are. And again, there's still so many people that I can talk to that I've never talked to before, but not everyone wants to come on camera. That's my biggest thing. Do you want to come on camera? Do you have a camera that works? Do you understand how StreamYard works? It's not hard, but so many people don't get it. And that's why I've never reached out to anyone from Geek Dead Life or anyone from Toy Anxiety or Mad Hatter. They're not part of my little sub community where they've supported me. Not that they don't, not that they have an issue with me, but I wanted to highlight the people that have been there for me from day one. That's why I've never really looked at talking to creators other than Lenny, who he has been one person who I've talked to numerous times. I did have a walk on, and that was because Brick reached out to me about that. And, I like Brick. Hopefully Brick can go to Joe Fest, because I would absolutely love to meet him in person. And then I had Delta 17 on because I know Steven, Ken personally. You know that because we were all there together. Clint Jorgensen says, is your internet dial-up? Should be another question. Oh, yeah. This, I know. Some people, again, they're on their phones. They don't fully understand that you really need to be on your Wi-Fi. It'd be even better if you're hardwired in, but you at least need to be on your Wi-Fi and not as far away from your router as possible in your house. No, yeah, Matthew. Matthew says, no, I didn't want to come on camera, but here we are. Matthew, he said he never wanted to be on camera. He said, I guess I could do like an avatar. And I remember saying, and this was for Punks on Film, I said, I cannot talk to an avatar. And then you gave in, and now Matthew is whoring himself out to anyone that will ask him to come on. He's a fucking whore now. No, that's Oz. Oz is still the fucking YouTube whore. Mega J says, they just don't know you yet, Lawrence. Reach out and give them a No, again, I'm not saying anything negative. That's not what I'm trying. And I don't want it to come off as negative. Again, there are so many people doing YouTube now. We cannot follow every single one of them. I mean, we just can't follow every single one of them. And there's nothing wrong with it, because I'm not sitting here saying, hey, these guys don't like me. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But to me, I want to have the people on that, have been here from day one, or have found the channel, or for some odd reason, like what I have to say. Tony says, Matthew and Oz both whores. All right, so quickly, let's so what I do have here is so Afflicted Studio says try to do some customs. That would be cool. Now, I am not good with customs at all. I will wholeheartedly say that. What I wouldn't mind trying to do is the same thing that I did with removing paint and showing everyone how to paint. That is actually something that continues to get views. I look at that thing, and every 48 hours, that thing is running about 30 different views. Now, that's not huge, That's not one of those. That's not one of those huge, number boosts where it's like, hey, this is fully this big, huge evergreen. But it is showing that it's evergreen, and I feel bad because I don't know if that product is available yet again. I really hope that Windsor and Newton brings it back, because people need that. And again, it's not just for action figures. I'm sure that can be used for things. But there are certain things that I would like to do. And if it's just even little things. But yeah, there are some things that I've thought about doing. I have to sit down and think about it. But if you're creating custom, and that's what I've been telling Tony for over a year, you're making these fucking customs, put your fucking camera in front of you, hit record, and because they're customs, it's not time sensitive. Gun Bunny is kicking ass with it. He's showing everyone what he's doing, right? He puts the camera there. He hits record. He doesn't need it to go out. It doesn't matter. He's showing you how to customize something. It doesn't matter if it's right away or if it's 3 weeks from now. People, like with the removing the paint, people are going to go back and try and figure out, hey, how do I remove paint from an action figure? My video is going to show up. Afflicted Studios also says, have your viewers do customs and host them on your channel like a contest or something. So that is what Tony and I'm not trying to. I really like this too. I'm not trying to poo-poo what you're saying. That is what Tony and KJ are supposed to be doing. Black Genghis, right? That's your Terradrome, and I'm waiting for it. What I keep telling them is they need a moderator so they can look at their customs, right? They can look at the customs as they're doing it, videos on it, and then you have a moderator that can read all your stuff and sometimes answer some of the questions, but actually ask them. Because I know that when I was doing coloring with Allison, and when I was doing the custom with KJ for the Streamathon and Tony, it's hard to read the chat while you're trying to do something. You need a plain moderator that is just there to read the chat with you guys, and then ask the questions for you. Johnny Reno says, I've never had a good enough phone camera to record my customs making till now. Yes, you're another one of those. You're also one that didn't have a really good internet. You might have had dial-up when we first started talking. Clint Jorgensen says, I am waiting for Tony to start painting miniatures when he gets bifocals. Yeah, I don't even want to get that. Ryan Trixat says, oh my God, I love when you say poo poo. But no, again, that is something that I do need to think about, because I think, like so many other things, like I do not do good photography. I used to just take pictures of, but if you notice the pictures that I do post now, I try and do a better job, and I will always give credit to my iPhone. As a matter of fact, those lights that I bought, these lights here, these little lights here, right? There's 3 different colors. You can change the dimness of them. All right. There's a 2-pack of these on Amazon. I meant to do a review on them just because I originally bought them because they look like street lights. But what I found is that they changed, the way they changed the color, it pretty much gives me decent lighting once I turn off my lights to take pictures. So I don't have to, for something that I'm doing, trying to take pictures, I don't have to use that lighting or try and figure out lighting as much. All right. I already try and do everything in a very small area that probably isn't the greatest to to do stuff. When Ed is always telling me go outside and do stuff, in the summer, it's probably easier if I did, but I also don't understand lighting out there. I got the one picture of the Wolverine firing the missiles with the 2 girls on it, and it was just, it was a great picture, but I just hit the right angle. It blurred out the right things that it needed to blur out and focus in. Again, all iPhone. All iPhone is what I give that credit to. So, but I will take that into consideration, thinking about customizing, because it is something that it's just, I think as you collect more, it just becomes you start kid bashing stuff. Operation Monster Force hands. Right, so I had to. So, unfortunately, lots of unfortunate things about this Falcon figure. He doesn't come with trigger fingers. Well, these hands are they fit, but they're loose. You need a little bit of sticky tack. Somebody asked me if Operation Monster Force hands fit classified, and I was like, I don't know. They're a little loose on the Marvel Legends figures. He responded and said, I just tried it. Fits perfect. I tried it on Retro Cobra Commander. The Operation Monster Force hands fit perfect on that figure. So they should fit perfect on all the G.I. Joe figures. Woody 222 is saying, great stream tonight, Pumpkin Chat. Went back to work after 21 days. 21 days today. I'm freaking tired. Well, you know what, Woody? Get some sleep. Thank you for the super chat. It is always appreciated. Just you jumping in here is appreciated. And you do so much for this community. We see all the super chats you throw at people. It's just not here. You do it to all kinds of people. And I don't know if enough people say thank you. And I will say thank you for other things that you have done. So thank you just for being here. And again, I enjoy chatting with you. Matthew says, come to Texas. We'll teach you lighting. My wife is the best at outdoor lighting. You need reflectors. Again, there is this thing called money that I don't have because I would love to come to Texas. I enjoyed Dallas. Every time I went down to Dallas for training, we're kind of stuck in the hotel. But every now and then we'd be able to get out. I just enjoy the scenery and everything. So, I would love to come down there again one day. Johnny Reno says, I can send you a box of fodder to start with. I know. You're probably packing it up right now and getting ready to send it, aren't you? What was this? I missed what? I don't know. Clinton Jorgensen says something about someone already being up to She is up to 3.5 subs and has been doing vids for 6 days. I'm not sure what you're referencing to, but congratulations to them, because it took me a lot longer than that. Yes. Now that I canceled my channel membership, Lawrence can't afford a trip to Texas. Well, you've also made it more difficult to get to Joe Fest, but that's okay. I would assume that you would have upgraded your membership from all the money that you're getting from Toy Newsy and having your videos and your reviews constantly pushed through there. I don't know. Anyway. So, Clint, who are you talking about? I'm just wondering, because I can't keep going back and looking through the chat. So if you could say who you're talking about. Oh, Sydney McKenna, female toy tuber. Yeah. Why is there a reason why they're talking about her? I'm just wondering. I mean, is it sometimes female toy tubers get talked about not because of toys? I think we can all kind of figure out what that is, right? So now I'm gonna look her up, because now I'm interested about who you're talking about. What's their channel, Matthew? And are they buying subs? Oh, they might be. But anyway, is there anything else that you guys would like to see from the channel? Is there anything that you guys would like to see me look into? Because in some ways I'm completely tapped out of ideas, not tapped out of doing stuff. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Is she on Instagram too? Yep. Yeah, she's popped up on Instagram so much. And yeah, I mean, yes. She pops up on Instagram all the time. Good for her. But let's be honest, she has an advantage the rest of us don't. None of us are good looking to look. None of us are easy on the eyes. All right. Jesus Brano says that Santa bastard still didn't bring me my flag. 38 years later, you still didn't get it. Oh, I'll tell you what, like, I've watched her stuff, and again, like, she's I mean, she seems to know what she's talking about but again, you see a good-looking female toy tuber, and you're probably going to stop and look and see and be like, let's see what she has to say. And when she actually knows something, you're going to go, okay. This may upset some people, but if you know who Valerie Vaughn is, she is a sex worker. She shows off a lot, but she is an actual collector, like huge, she has a huge G.I. Joe O-ring. I mean, she has all kinds of stuff. But she is she is she'll show stuff. She'll show her collection, and she's usually always wearing something very very skimpy or some sort of lingerie. She knows what she's doing, but you can't deny the fact that she actually knows what the hell she's talking about. So I looked once. That was enough. She didn't earn a follow, or nor should just because she is good looking. Hey, to each their own. Like I don't care. You know, like, hey, I'm not trying to convince anyone. Yes, that wood bunny, exactly. For woodworkers. She makes me have a wood. And Jay Asher says, my mom says I'm very handsome. Allison Troy says there isn't a ton of money in toy tubing. If she's not in it because she enjoys it, she'll move to something else. YouTube is big enough for everyone. No, but okay. So when I've seen her, and I did find out, you know, again, I did find out like it's her dad's collection or whatever. It comes off as she enjoys it. All right. That is what I got from her Instagram. It came off like she does enjoy it. Again, if you don't know, if you can't figure out that people in the toy tube world are liking it a lot, if you can't see that she has an advantage because of her looks and what she's doing in this community, then you're just lying to yourself. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. There is a reason why pharmaceutical sales, so many pharmaceutical salespeople are women with long legs and they wear skirts. I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying. But yeah, I actually have no idea what her Instagram is. I just know she pops up all the time. I think I subscribe to her, but I don't know. I know she pops up a lot. So, but hey, you know what? Good for her. You know, if she enjoys her dad's collection and she can talk about it, it's easy content. Good for her, man. I mean, I wish I had a dad that had a huge collection that I could just start reviewing all that stuff and oh, you sent that to me? I know you sent me stuff, but I'm looking at her stuff right here. You could tell them, Matthew. You could just you gave me the what? Oh, the Instagram. I don't know, just post it, Matthew. Sydney McKenna. Yeah, I don't know. I knew you sent me, but I was already looking at the YouTube. At the YouTube. I just know that I like I said, I see her on Instagram all the time. But I'll tell you what, she has a lot of stuff to get through to do content. I mean, her dad's toy room is fucking. I mean, I don't. I mean, we're talking about the person and not in a negative way. I don't really care. It's not like somebody else came in here and wants to promote their stuff. Oh, you could do that, Johnny. I'll get her on Battlefield and let Crow cross examine her. G. Zambrano again says there's an untapped niche here. Punk review stuff while in his leopard print man thong, knowledgeable and games the algorithm. I don't think anyone wants to see me in any type of thong, G-string, or leopard print. Here, I have her up right here. So I guess I could just. I don't want to hear her talk. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. So Matthew did it too. Why is Matthew stuff so much? Oh, that's Instagram. Again, I mean, there will always be people that have advantages, and I refuse to ever like have an issue with people that have a built-in advantage. I know people are going to say, well, you bitch about people that buy subs. I mean, I guess, she could put a bag over her head so people don't see her. So that doesn't help entice, but she's just doing something. And again, what I saw from her, it didn't seem like she was like doing it just to like, hey, I can make money. And maybe she is. Again, I think that would be stupid because I don't think you get into toy tubing to get popular, all right, to make money. Good for you if you are, but Stanley Everhart says, has anyone heard of Collector's Crush out of Miami? They went AWOL in 2022. I think I know who you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about because there was a girl that was around and then she disappeared and then she just was gone, like no longer doing content. But yeah, I can't tell you what I'm going to do for that review. All right. I can't tell you. I can tell you that I haven't shaved my head though in a while. And I'm really sick and tired of this. So Jasper says, I think it's weird that anyone succeeds in a field because of their looks nowadays. That's what porn is for, and I keep that separate from my other hobbies. But they do. I know it's not me, but I know one of the salespeople at work. She sells stuff because of the skirt she wears and the long legs she has, and the lies that she tells to people. There's that too. All right. Yes, Stanley. I do remember her, and yeah, they just disappeared. Maybe she lost both eyes. Clint says, some of the smartest people I have met are commenters in the chat section of toy streams. There are some smart people. There are some really dumb ones too. They're on some channels. I won't mention them. But you can look around and you can find a lot of dumb fucks on some other channels. But hey, not here. You're all smart. No, you're not. Mython went. So Mython went silent on. Okay, so Mython went silent on social media, but Mython has before that he unfriended me on Facebook, and he unfollowed me on Instagram. I don't know why, but I do know that I was told that he went completely silent on social media. But before that, I know he unfriended me and unfollowed me. I don't know why. Usually I know when I have insulted somebody. I usually know when I've insulted somebody. And I don't know if I did or, he just, he just felt that he didn't want to be friends with me. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's about it. I mean, I got 5 minutes more to get to 3 hours. Yeah, listen, some people are some people they need to not be on social media, and not because they can't handle it. Sometimes maybe they can't handle it, but it's not good for some people. Some people can't handle it. Some people are very sensitive, and you know, uh, hey Matthew, can you take care of that? Anyway, yeah. No, some people, they just social media is not for everyone. Now, I mean, I talked to Mython, so I don't know if I did something to, upset him or make him mad. I don't think that I did. Like I said, I usually know if I made someone mad, and him and I talked. So maybe it just was one of those things where, he felt that he just felt that it was better if he wasn't associated with me because of the other people that he's associated with. Um, but hey, that's life, man. Really, you don't see anything? Then how? I wonder if Ed's back there doing something. Ed, are you here? And you didn't jump in here to say anything? Three Star says, I met him, had a great time hanging out with him. He's not on mine anymore either, so it wasn't just you. Maybe no. He actually went off Instagram and YouTube, but before that, he had unfriended me, and I only found out because I went to message because I hadn't heard from him a while, and when I went to find him, I couldn't find him. I had to scroll through everything, and then I looked on Facebook, and I was no longer friends with him on Facebook. And I'm pretty sure that we were friends. And again, I don't know if I did something or maybe he just I have no ill will towards the guy. He doesn't seem to have a mean bone in his body. So, hopefully, for the most part, he's getting the he's getting away from whatever he needed to get away from. Again, social media, it's a fucking cesspool. All right, and we've talked about it. We've seen the shit that's happened to me, right? We've seen the shit that's happened to me. People don't like me, so hey, let's do this, let's do that. And again, I am a lightning rod because I speak my mind and I say stuff that maybe other people don't like to hear. And hey, that's fine, but that's just what this whole world has become. Who was I? I talked to when I was talking to Wraith. Before the stream went on. Back in the day, like in high school, you got in a fight. Two people fought. One person lost. Boom. You Matthew, you're not seeing that? Just fucking ban that asshole. Like seriously. I don't know how. You gotta see it, right? Because it's the type of shit I don't fucking need. Oh. You know what? Because shit like that, that's the fucking problem. All right? That's what the fucking problem is. I don't go around disrupting other people's fucking YouTubes. their fucking streams. And then you want to fucking come in here and try and fucking spread rumors and do shit like that. I don't know why some of you think that shit's fucking funny. I'll tell you what, not one of you fuckers would have the fucking goddamn fucking nerve to walk up to me and say that to my fucking face. It's probably blocked. Here, I'm going to fucking show everyone. You want to see? It's this asshole here, right? See, it's shit like this. That's the fucking cesspool that is fucking YouTube. I'll fucking show it. And I've seen you here before. All right? That's the fucking type of shit that no one fucking needs in this. But I can promise you, you wouldn't fucking say that to my fucking face. And I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that fucking shit. No one does. You know? I think I've already fucking addressed that type of shit. Better yet, I'll let you fucking walk up to me and say that in front of my ex, my kid's mother. Yeah. I'll see if you can fucking pull her off you. Because she'll fucking kick the living shit out of you. Figure Fight Club jumping in. What's up, Punk? Hey, I don't think I've ever seen you here. I know I see you all over lately, but nice to have you here. You know, it's shit like that. Again, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you don't like my content, you don't like my content. You think I suck at what I do? You think I suck at what I do? I don't give a shit. But when you want to try and do and say shit like that, that's the fucking issue. And I addressed it before when people tried to call me something else. And you say, oh, wow, you mad at me now? Dude, I don't know who the fuck you are. I know that by you just saying that, you're a piece of shit human. That's what I know. And that's what everyone fucking here knows. And I've seen your little fucking thing before. Okay? And I know you can just go ahead and create a new fucking account and come in here and say stupid shit like that again. And everyone will fucking see it. But again, you want to say shit like that, that's where there's a fucking problem. But yeah, no one really has time for that shit. Because I don't even think that stuff's funny. You know? So, anyway, I think that's about it. It's nice that we get a troll in every now and then. Figure Fight Club, glad that you were able to jump in. Hopefully next time you can jump in a little bit sooner. Maybe not before there's some fucking piece of shit troll out there. No, man, that's why, yeah. I mean, first off, the name right there. But clearly that's somebody saying something. But he said something earlier, and that's why I was surprised. And I was surprised that you didn't take care of it. And I want people to understand this quickly. Let me thank you for making content. Thank you for making content for me. Let me make this perfectly clear. When somebody comes in and they're disruptive to a chat and they block you, it's not that someone is, oh my God, they can't take it. It's that you bring nothing. You bring absolutely nothing to a stream where people are trying to have enjoyment. So by kicking someone out, getting rid of somebody like that, it just it eliminates a fucking piece of this of the pie that no one needs. I'm not going to lose any sleep for what you said because, well, it's not true. I mean, one, I don't have a wife. Two, I can let you talk to my ex and she'll fucking tell you. A matter of fact, when I told my ex about someone, what they said about I look like a PDF file, you should have seen her fucking face. You guys think I can get fucking mad. You don't even want to fucking deal with that woman. And I'm her fucking ex. I'm the fucking father of her kids. Being a fine figure showing up here. So everyone, I want everyone that does YouTube here, that does streams, I want you guys to understand. If you have someone that jumps in your chat that is acting like that is disrupting, they're not there for any reason. Well, not there for any good reason. Kicking them out, banning them, it doesn't show that you can't take it or you can't deal with it. All you're saying is, I don't have the time or the effort to deal with this shit. I remember someone reaching out to Nick Nimmin, who I've talked about numerous times, content creator that talks about best ways. And they said, how do you deal with the troll? And he says, I just block them. They bring absolutely nothing to my chat. They bring nothing to anything that I'm doing. And all they're doing is they're ruining it for all the other people that are here to enjoy it. So if you ever have an issue where you're in a stream, it's on your stream, and someone is coming in and doing shit like that, fucking ban them. It doesn't say that you can't fucking handle it. It just says I handled it. That's truth. I mean, that's the truth of it. RetroCap, thank you for jumping in here. Have a great night. Sorry you guys all got to see some of the bullshit, but again, perfect thing. I talked about how YouTube is a cesspool, how social media is a cesspool, and you got to see it firsthand. So again, the fact that someone would waste their time coming into someone's live stream or onto their videos to post stuff of someone that they don't like, it makes no sense to me. The fact that you have that much extra time, and once again, I think we know that 99% of these people, probably more than 99% of these people, would never have the guts to say it to your face. They probably wouldn't even say it to you on a stream if they were even live with you. But God knows, none of them are going to come up to you and say it. Which is good, because let's be honest, in this world that we live in, in this world that we live in, it's pretty fucked up. As Wraith Mason and we talked about, like, you didn't worry about, like I said, you got in a fight, two people duked it out, one person lost, you went on your fucking, you went on your merry fucking way. Let me see here quickly. If I just scroll up here, just want to kind of read what was said here. Yeah. But yeah, that's yeah, keyboard warriors. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, that's pretty much. Tripwire says, that's what's funny. People will say shit and do shit until you stand up or get out of the car. Then it's, no, man, there's not a problem. There's no problem. And again, I didn't have anything. I wasn't bashing anyone. Hell, if anyone, I was the one that was not bashing a new YouTuber because she's cute and she's using her dad's collection to create a brand. David Bruce says, it's good to show it like you did, though. Expose the trolls to light. Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen him here numerous times before. And that's why Matthew said he couldn't see it. So, I like this. So, Gaming Implosion, who probably is that guy, because I'm just looking at the stuff that he did, but the little icons and everything says, we see through the hustle. That's why we troll you. You ain't no collector, neither is Uncle Tim. Y'all stay crying. Wow, am I confused? But thank you very much, Gaming Implosion. Oh shit, man. See, this is the type of shit that's fucking funny. This is the type of stuff that happens. You work hard. People feel the need. Hey, you know what? I guess it's time to see what we can do to take people down. But yeah, it's very, very interesting. But again, thank you for creating content for me and for everyone else. Gaming Implosion, I guess you are not a fan of mine. So you're wasting your time here. I don't think people are trying to gang up on you. You're the one that came in here. And you're wasting your time on someone you clearly don't like. Which is funny because you talk about somebody that's living in someone's head. Well, that's called rent-free, dude. But that's cool. I mean, you can say whatever you want about. You can say I'm not a collector. It's when you make up lies and rumors, that's where the problem comes. So I guess enjoy spending time watching someone you don't like. And I would really love to understand that one. Anyway, I think that's about it. All right, this one kind of makes me laugh. Well hung banana hammocks saying, let the hammocks come here and regulate. If you have a problem with punk, then you do with the hammocks. Anyway, I think that's about all the trolling that I'm going to deal with for tonight. Once again, I will reiterate to all the guys that are creating content here. If you are creating content, somebody comes in, they're disrupting what you are doing, then there's no problem in hitting that little ban button because they're not going to bring anything ever to your channel, right? They are just going to completely do what they probably do in life and just leech off other people and are absolutely worthless in society. But thank you, because I'm willing to bet this last 15 minutes is going to be people coming back and watching it to say, what the fuck happened here? And what's cool is that since I'm not going to not going to change anything, well, they can just come back and they can watch the chat and see what was said. But anyway, I think I've talked long enough. When you think you're not going to get a full 3 hours, and I stretch it to make it there, then you did your job. Oh, hey, look, man, it looks like you have lots of alternates. The hobby doesn't make punk happy, and it shows. Okay. Yes, the hobby doesn't make me happy, and it shows. All right. Well, thank you very much for that. I'm going to have to go write that down and let myself know what I don't like. Holy shit, dude. Man, this shit is fucking awesome. This shit makes me laugh, man. Like, seriously. Like this. If the hobby, let me just say, if the hobby wasn't making me happy, fucking dumb fucks like you, that makes me happy. Because fuck. And Fuller Figure saying, good morning, folks, and Happy New Year, Pumpkin Chat. Hey, great to have you in here. As I'm ready to leave, but hey, go back and watch the last 20 minutes, and Connor, you can be like, what the fuck? Anyway, I think I've said enough. I think it's time for me to get out of here because I have to work in the morning. And I have to go think about doing more internet content of things that don't make me happy. But until then, you can catch tomorrow's premiere at 8:15. Then that will lead into my moderator, who isn't here, Action Figs, and Mr. Wonderful's live stream tomorrow. And then catch me on Thursday with a friend where I'm going to have Gaz. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys all sometime this week.